associated with... Wait, I have to... Wait, guys. I remembered to mute my fucking background this time. Let's go. I remembered. I'm so smart. I remember. Okay, let's watch it.
A Reddit moderator just made a video directly speaking to and tugging on the heartstrings of the CEO of Reddit.
What?
He's making a big call
I know
to
nothing about this, by the way.
After he had been stripped of his position as top mod on r/livestream fail. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I can't believe what I just watched was genuine and not a skit. But this seems authentic. What you picture in your head when you hear the term Reddit mod is exactly what you are about to see unfold in the flesh.
I'm so excited.
The reason this mod just lost his position is because he was promoting a scam on the subreddit that he was the top mod for. Livestream fail. I made 2 videos covering this. It
would be livestream fail. It would be fucking livestream fail. Fuck that subreddit.
Reality television show for streamers fans to sign up and even paid entry into it to compete for.
I will be the first to tell you that streamers are awful, horrible, terrible people who deserve nothing but the worst in life. But do you know who deserves even less? People who use livestream fails. They are even on a lower tier, on a lower rung of deserving of humanity than streamers themselves. Trust.
$20 million prize purse. Turns out the whole thing was a load of baloney. As it appears, everything has been wiped off the face of the planet. So some viewers paid money for actually nothing. They flushed it down the shitter, and agencies that brought this to streamers
Christmas morning. How did I not hear this?
Mythic Talent was the one that was named by some of the streamers as their agency that took them this deal, where seemingly no...
Mythic Talent? Wait, guys. Mythic Talent. Where have I heard of this before? Where have I heard this? It must not matter.
No due diligence was done on behalf of Mythic to confirm whether or not this was even legitimate in the first place as a paid promotion. It was supposed to be an Amazon production, but clearly it was not an Amazon production, and it took 2 seconds of going to the website to deduce that this...
Chatty, are you implying that the reason I don't know about this is because Mythic Talent put, trackers on my PC that force my algorithm to not show me this video? This is crazy! Holy fuck!
This was fraudulent, but they took this deal before the website even existed. It's a whole mess. I've already covered all this. But Livestream Fail gets roped in because there was this inexplicable partnership that no one fully understood where $1 Million Fan was in bed with Livestream Fail, and the top mod of Livestream Fail made a post on the subreddit pinning it to try and get more suckers into it. And now...
There's some, joke I could make here about how streaming apparently has a deep state. It blows my mind that Reddit moderators are getting fucking paid through brand deals.
This is his response after being fundamentally fired from his free position of Reddit janitor.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your...
Stop! Why does he even have the accent? Why does he even have the accent? What the fuck? Hello, Princess. It appears that you have not paid my sponsorship money from the scam that I ran on Livestream Fails. Princess, I'm gonna need to see some numbers and zeros in my bank account right now, or I am going to have a shit fit, Princess.
...for email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is Reddit moderation and the state of your platform.
Oh my god. This is Reddit's Manhattan Project right now. The moderators are rising up against the CEO of Reddit.
I used to not understand why people made fun of me for, browsing Reddit, but now I completely get it. I will stop. I am embarrassed. I'm sorry.
I'm actually at a loss for words. This couldn't be a more lame start to this video. The topic he's about to cover is how he believes Reddit mods don't have enough, elbow grease from the Reddit upper echelon like Spez here, the CEO.
We want deeper into the Reddit deep state. If you do not provide access, I will release all of the files I have on the users in my subreddit, which, as you know, upper management, I have quite a lot.
Believes they should be entitled to, brand deals, talent managers, lawyers, and stuff.
That's
so
crazy.
That they can better be utilized as Reddit moderators.
Hydrate.
I'm not even kidding, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. Like, these are points he was making in this video, and that's what he's talking about with deadly seriousness here. He talks about Reddit moderators like they're fucking G.I. Joe commandos. Man, please come back.
The worst part about like trying to find moderators as a streamer is that this is the type of guy who usually wants to be a mod, but you need to find the type of guy who just like casually wants to be a mod instead of like feels like his dick will get bigger if he becomes a mod. And it's really hard because the vast majority just want to be the dick bigger guy.
To reality. Like, I don't want anyone to harass this guy, so I'm not going to be like showing you his channel or anything like that, because honestly, I kind of feel bad for him that he's put so much weight on.
Like me, no, you're definitely the dick bigger guy. It's just like, okay, so you have to choose. Every guy who wants to become a mod wants to have a bigger dick, right? Like, that's the point. But there's like tiers to it. There's like tier 1, that's where most of my mods are at. Tier 1, they kind of like secretly deep down, they're like a covert narcissist. They want to have a bigger dick, but they're not gonna like brag about it in public. So it's like acceptable. Usually you can find a bunch of like tier 1 covert narcissist guys who you can make your mod team, obviously.
His personal life into this position, which is just a thankless job. And it's not really a job, at least it should never be considered a job, because all he is doing is moderating a fucking subreddit as a volunteer janitor. I really thought this was a skit, and I'm still, a small part of me, you know, on the copium here, is hoping that this is like satirical and not real, but I don't know, it feels genuine.
Pretty real.
I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit community...
You guys have seen livestream fails, right? How the fuck is that a gaming subreddit?
And correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all its moderators or the company.
You know, that's not really a good look to say the sole reason you pursued this path of heroism as a Reddit moderator is because you believed that it held so much power. So you're basically just saying that you were power hungry and wanted to take this
Many
spot
such moderators,
so
many such moderators.
Powerful. He believes that Reddit communities, and specifically Reddit moderators, hold a strong level of sway and power, and that's why he became one himself. That, I don't think, is a good look, man. It's not even coming from like a place of passion or something for communities. He is literally saying he did it because he wanted to be strong. Come on! I understand that Reddit communities, like Reddit as a whole, is a platform that does hold like legitimate influence over like conversations and topics and stuff like that. So by extension, moderators have a lot of ability to control narratives by hiding things or boosting.
How many times has this happened to us, Chatty? Think about that. How many times have you just been in a community and something was being force-fed to you, a narrative was being crafted? How many moderators do you think were behind the narrative?
Things, and that is something that I've talked about in the past, and a lot of people have made mentions of many times. It's been a pretty big yapping point for a while. This is the quintessential Reddit mod mentality. You know the stereotype that exists of power tripping Reddit mods? He is in the first minute of this video confirming that is exactly what drives him, is power. Like this small modicum of power that he was bestowed for the livestream fail subreddit. And it's... the level of self-importance is sickening.
In this video, I will go over why I believe this.
Why is he phrasing it like he's in a fucking YouTube video? Why is this like a tutorial? Why is this like a fucking WikiHow?
I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I will end the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities
This could have been an email.
This could have been an email. Does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators.
So here's the spoiler alert. He is going to be playing a sad song on the world's smallest violin.
Odds of that fucking script being ChatGPT generated, by the way. Odds of that.
About how he's been removed now as top mod of livestream fail because he was promoting a scam through that subreddit, which did ultimately result in people losing money. There were actual victims of the scam, so he has been removed.
But you don't understand, bro. They wouldn't have lost that money if they had just, you know, like had more access to the streamer deep state in the Reddit deep state.
Of his position at the top of the food chain on livestream fail, and he is now putting a decent chunk of that blame on Reddit itself for not giving him the...
By the way, I regret to inform you, I think the phrase deep state is now a part of my vocabulary, and whenever there's a conspiracy or I think things go deeper than that, I'm just gonna randomly say deep state, and it's gonna be a really bad habit. It's gonna stick for like a week.
Tools to avoid this from happening? Like he... At a certain point, there's like a brief moment of self-awareness, like this lightning bolt of self-awareness where he's like, yeah, you know, it was a little fishy. But then he like immediately pushes it onto Reddit like, but if Reddit had given me access to brand deals and lawyers, this probably wouldn't have happened. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a Reddit mod. Why would Reddit be giving you access to lawyers?
Reddit, where's my severance package?
And brand deals and shit. That doesn't make sense.
First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail.
Because you're a scammer!
Like stupid internet drama, I know.
He's like, duh, this sounds like stupid internet drama. Trust me, I know. But actually, it's a court case.
But I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole.
It was your mistake, buddy. Fucking Spez wasn't behind you massaging your shoulders as you signed the deal with $1 Million Fan Show, which...
I'm gonna make a yaoi about that. I'm gonna write a yaoi about that. Dude, I saw that Shoto was making a yaoi manga, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, finally, male VTubers doing something good for once with their life. You know, it's fucking awesome. Congratulations to Shoto. I'll read that shit.
The Sith Lord projecting
Minia
into
plays
you,
hi.
trying to convince you to go to the dark side to... you know, sell out livestream fail to get more people hooked on $1 Million Fan Show. It was not the CEO of Reddit that forced you to do that, and even if you did have access to lawyers and other brand deals, it wouldn't have prevented something like this from happening. You made the...
Chatty, I'm sorry, I keep pausing the video because my mind is going like 5 billion miles per second. Chatty, what if you were the Reddit moderator and then the CEO came up to you and he said, I've got big plans for you. And he started, like, gently massaging your shoulders. And he said, now log in, buddy. Would you do whatever he wanted? Or would you would run? Why do you reject love?
The choice.
Here's what happened. There was an announcement related to a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for a live stream fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming, you know, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy...
Admit what your fucking subreddit is for. Admit what your fucking subreddit is for. Your subreddit is for Hassan Piker, Asmongold, and that's fucking it. And the people who orbit that circle. That's all the fucking live stream fails was about.
Easy content about kind of live streaming gamers.
If that isn't the stinkiest load of horseradish I've ever heard with that description of LSF. Do you go on your own subreddit? Have you ever been on your own subreddit?
He's just lying, bro.
That's
He's just
not what
fucking
it is.
lying.
That's not what you just
They
described
actually
at
banned
all.
politics recently? Jeez, I wonder why!
That is the most blatant misrepresentation of that subreddit I've ever heard anyone try to squeak out. If this was Pinocchio, his nose would have just went fucking Wumbo Insano style with that lie right there.
The sound of my dick or my nose.
Anyone who has ever visited LSF in the last, 7 years will tell you it is not a subreddit
that
for
long?
crazy, wacky clips of gaming and, stream fails or anything like that. I don't know why he's even trying that angle. Everyone knows that's not what that subreddit is.
Because he would have to admit that his subreddit is actually a fucking cesspool of the worst types of people if he did that.
So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators.
The way he fucking he can't even say that. He fucking stutters, and not like the way that I stutter because I stutter every time I breathe. He stutters when he hasn't stuttered the whole video because he's fucking lying through his teeth.
Get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid. Basically none of anything like that. Just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit.
He is going off script. Why are you going off script?
For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was how do we get their content on the subreddit?
Every time he
Either
says is a lie.
Some fans or some editors could
every time he says is a
cool
lie.
hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit.
What? That's what happens already organically on every other stream. Why would this, a potential $20 million reality TV show, be any different? Obviously, things would already be being clipped and posted on the LSF subreddit. Why would you be reaching out about a collaboration to ensure that happens when you know for a fact it already would if this fucking show ever actually existed in the first place?
Livestream Fails is like one of the most active subreddits on the platform. I don't know if it changed since they banned politics. I guess they probably have less to talk about now. But it used to be crazy. Like, they would post a clip, and then within an hour, it would have, like, fucking thousands of upvotes and shit. It was mega active.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, trying to be extremely charitable here, maybe he was under the impression that this would be exclusive to Amazon Prime, thus they wouldn't have the rights to post it on LSF. But, on the flip side of that coin, he said he heard about this from streamers, thus he would have known that it was going to be streamed on Twitch in the first place, thus it would still be clippable for LSF. That's just business as usual. I don't know why he would reach out.
No, you don't understand. He needed
help
help
to do what was already no doubt going to be done.
Don't go there if you like VTubing. Look, bro, I've been banned by Livestream Fails, and I am not kidding. I have been fucking report brigaded by Livestream Fails, and I am not joking.
Already.
It happened.
It just, that doesn't pass the smell test. I don't understand.
But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way?
A stretch goal? A stretch goal? You mean like what you do when you're sponsored with money?
I don't know, there could be like a...
Are you running a fucking subathon? What the hell do you mean stretch goal?
LSF-themed best clip contest. Like, contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges. They make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end.
Oh my god, he did a
subathon.
stretch goal,
though.
Why, though?
Stretching his ass,
best
ghosty.
clip is just the best clip from the event. Why does LSF's name need to be attached to it? This guy...
Lucy, was this the guy that banned you? I think so, and then I randomly got an email asking if they could be moderator for my subreddit since I clearly need it since I got banned so easily by people who are clearly just allowed to be in the chat, and yeah.
Is treating
definitely happened.
Fail like it's his personal brand. Like, this is his baby, this is his product. So all the clips that hit LSF are actually Top Mod's clips as well. I just don't even get this stretch goal here. I think he just wanted LSF's name out there more because it gives him more power in some capacity. Because this is totally useless.
This is so sad.
Again, whatever would win best clip would just be someone else's content. There doesn't necessitate a live stream fails shout out.
Why were you banned? For discussing the deep state. No, I had, well, you see, there was this prop in my VR chat stream. We don't have to talk about it right now, okay?
Yeah, for some reason. Like, even if they were the ones that were, like, hosting votes on what the best clip is, who gives a fuck? That could have been anything and anyone where people, like, the actual communities would vote on it, not just his subreddit. Anyway, though, he goes on to explain that they accepted this proposal. He was super hype about it because it meant this was a big moment for the subreddit, and he even made a mention that he believed he could turn this into even more opportunities for the subreddit going further, snowballing it into even more LSF prominence.
So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows, and, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And, if LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. Maybe my involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought.
It sounds like you weren't thinking at all, though. Why would Amazon be spending $20 million on, like, 8 streamers and their fans on Twitch and only a $5 million grand prize for Mr. fucking Beast? What sense does that make, man? That isn't really checking out either. Also, he's making kind of like a joke about, you know, maybe my involvement alone would make it worth the investment. But that's how he actually feels, by the way. Like, that's his tone throughout this whole video. He truly believes that he is like God's gift to streaming because he was the top mod of live stream fail.
You are directly responsible for all of the streamers that ever got posted there being harassed and being brigaded. Directly responsible, bro.
It is a very, like, scary mentality to have, and I do genuinely feel bad for him that he has, like, poisoned his own brain to this level, deluded himself into thinking that him being a top mod on a subreddit was, like, something of significance and, like, something of, like, grand importance.
I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from, random.
He's so fucking punchable, and I'm telling you, literally, why is his lying tick so obvious? Why does he literally stutter every single time he lies? Listen to this shit.
San Francisco, I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from, random internet scams, okay? I was doing this
trustworthy
because I legitimately, care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it.
So he debunks rumors that he was paid to promote $1 Million Show from the organizers, saying that he doesn't need to be taking bribes, he's financially well off. He then goes on to say that he was addressing like some of the deleted comments because that was a specific mention in why Reddit canned him, because it potentially showed malice because he was involved in this promotion that ended up being a scam. And so he wanted to address like the deleted comments. He then has a section dedicated to me where I talked about the scam, and then the organizers were talking to him like, well, since
Charlie, this one goes out to you.
Charlie talked about the scam, 5 streamers dropped out, so we're, no longer doing this anymore. Pack your bags, take down the post. And then he says I didn't do enough.
I wish he streamed. We need more locals. Guys, we found the live stream fails user. Hello, Blunt Man. I know what you are.
Enough research on it because I didn't reach out to him or the organizers.
But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached out to Mythic Talent or any of the streamers. And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least.
Guys, there's no definitive proof that it's a scam. It's just that nobody got paid.
Public information yet that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation.
Brother, your level of research was cold calling the organization dick in hand, begging to be associated with them, and then that was the extent of it because apparently you heard one of the streamers promote it. And yet he's going to be causing a hubbub because I didn't reach out to him for his perspective. Brother, I didn't even really talk about you in my video, just that you were associated with this shit, roped into the same scam that they were. And for what it's worth,
that feel when you are not a man, so you will never get involved in drama, and then Charlie will call you brother in his YouTube video. Damn.
If you watch the video, you would know I did get in contact with 2 agencies, one of which got the exact same contracts that Mythic did, and got information on that, as well as getting one of the actual offers that Mythic was taking to the streamers. So I was very well familiarized with everything that was unfolding behind the scenes. And again, it doesn't—
Dude, I have to become a Reddit moderator and get involved in a fucking scam.
It doesn't take a super sleuth to go to their website and see that it's just fucking barnacles, man. One of their partners didn't even exist. There was no website and no business. Their about section was AI-generated mumbo.
Whoa, guys. Whatever talent agency was involved in this kind of looks like they did a whoopsie, oopsie-doopsie. Interesting.
Oh, Jumbo, every single paragraph ended in triplets and also had the telltale sign of it's not this, it's this, over and over and over again. Their first image on their site was literally an AI-generated mansion, and he mentions that in this video, but then goes on to say shamelessly that there's no definitive proof that this was ever a scam in the first place.
There's no scam, it's just everything involved in it is fake.
Why don't you ask the people who spent money on this how they feel? Do they feel like they got their money's worth? Did they get the product they paid for? I imagine not, because this event is not even potentially in the cards and doesn't seem like it ever was to begin with, man. Their socials are removed. The website is down. Amazon hasn't made a peep about it. From what I've heard, the agencies are pissed about this. All signs point to this being a scam. Like, any sane, sensible person would look at all of this evidence and reach the same conclusion that this was horseradish. I don't know why he's trying to present something otherwise now.
The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped.
You know what's sad? Is that a bunch of random Reddit users can see that it's a scam and nobody else could?
Dropped out, and then the event got
Is that
canceled,
what you're trying to tell
and
me?
everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal. None of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words.
At
Brother,
least
eating
yet,
your own
fuck
cock
you.
right now. What are you talking about? And then everyone clapped. Like, this is just fanfic. Where are you getting this information? There was an explicit no refund policy on their website baked into it. It was very boldly stated there are no refunds once you make these purchases. Who got a refund? I haven't seen anyone, posting receipts of getting a refund from the money they spent on this. Where are you getting that information from? That's a genuine question. Maybe he's seeing things that I'm not seeing somewhere. Because I even looked into it after he made this video, wondering like, whoa, they refunded? That's pretty surprising. I can't find any proof of that. I would love to see where he found that.
The way he slurs his words, dude, that's the moderator accent, genuinely. That's the Discord moderator accent, the hello princess accent.
It's really not
It's a real thing
a
I'm
secret
learning.
or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of for deleting comments that were kind of critical of it. I also want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit Code of Conduct team as a whole. Reddit has all this.
I also want to put it out there in case anyone's, you feeling some type of way. There's nothing wrong with looking like this. There's nothing wrong with sounding like this. But if you do look like this and you do sound like this, you are legally not allowed to become a moderator of any kind.
Flowery language about how kind of the Code of Conduct
it changes
team is
you.
not
It will
here
make
to
you
punish
evil.
you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances and warnings and all of this stuff. And apparently all of that are lies.
No, man, this feels like the perfect implementation of that protocol. You pinned what seems to be, from all possible evidence, a scam. I don't know why he is trying so desperately to persuade.
Oh, yeah? Where's your proof? Where's your proof, huh? Charlie, where's your proof that it's a scam? Prove that there was no money deposited in everybody's account.
To the contrary, maybe it's because he believes that if he can try and prove that he really believes that it's not fraudulent, he can get his position back as top mod of LSF. I don't know, or
Dude,
maybe
this Dr. Pepper is fucking
getting really
hitting.
conspiratorial. Maybe he worked with the organizers in a deeper capacity than he's letting on. But that's just a possible game theory. It's just extremely peculiar how hard he is fighting to try and convince himself and others that maybe this wasn't a scam, when all available evidence points towards this being fraudulent. And if this video is him trying to make a case for himself why he should be
Am I too empathetic? Is this like a woman moment for me? I kind of feel bad for him. I kind of fucking feel bad for him. I'm sure he wouldn't have, tried to get a bunch of money if he knew it was a scam. But, I kind of feel bad for him, but also I don't, because he walked into the most obvious scam of all fucking time.
Reinstated and get that power coursing
yes,
through
this is
his
a woman
veins
moment.
and
I'm
is
sorry for being a
moderator
woman.
on Reddit, then this is a terrible job. Because what he is doing now is showing that he is willing to even defend what seems to be, by all possible accounts, a scam that he was directly associated with, maybe unknowingly, and now he is doubling down on it. That is a terrible look, and that makes you look like an unhinged moderator who, even when proven to be incorrect, will not see that, will not take the accountability there. And now he's getting mad at the Code of Conduct team for enforcing their rules. He deleted comments that were critical of his decision.
No, I feel bad for him, but for a different reason. He clearly associates his own personal identity so much with that Reddit mod position that without it, he doesn't know who he is anymore. It's sad. He needs a therapist. Is that a fucking good comment in my Twitch chat? We don't do that around here. Mods tie him up by his fucking dick.
To promote this sketchy game show, and promoted a sketchy game show that resulted in people spending money on something that didn't exist, doesn't exist. So I feel like it's a pretty justified termination of his moderator status.
Now, here is the most important part of the video, Spez. This is a direct message to you and only you. I want to talk about how this whole situation...
Whoa! He said it's a direct message to him and only him. Why are we still watching. This is so disrespectful.
Is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators. Yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have. And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the situation wasn't, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam yet. But despite all of that, there is still massive problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of support that caused this.
Now, this message may have been only for Spez, but I've intercepted the broadcast here. Now, I've put my ear into it, and I'm taking a listen, and what I'm hearing is fucking wild. He almost gets into a level of accountability where he's like, yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into it. I didn't do any research on it. And then he immediately falls back into, but it hasn't really been fully proven to be a scam. And also, it's actually, in a large part, Reddit's fault that this happened in the first place because
Well, Charlie, to be fair, you wouldn't even be here criticizing that if you had had any respectability and you had just stopped watching when he told you that the message was for Spaz and Spaz only.
I wasn't given enough tools at my disposal to avoid making stupid decisions.
Reddit moderators have power. They have influence. If you are one of the people who is joking about, like, internet janitor duties or whatever, I'm sorry to tell you, it's funny jokes, but you are wrong. Reddit moderation does matter. Reddit moderators have control over millions of impressions per day, and nobody seems to notice or care. Let's just talk about LSF. Think of all the streamer careers that have been created because of LSF. Think about the even larger number of
Are you admitting to astroturfing streamer careers on LSF?
Careers that have been destroyed because of LSF, because some clip went viral about, like, something bad that they did.
He made you, and he can tear you down as well.
And he's fucking bragging about it too. He's bragging about astroturfing people to success and to misfortune.
Well, this is top mod LSF. It giveth and it taketh. And he also said doodities, which actually had me giggling. I don't know why he said doodities, but that was fucking hype. Anyway, this is now his spiel about why Reddit moderators are extremely powerful dragon level, adversaries and should be taken seriously, and no one seems to notice. It's not that nobody notices, it's that nobody's happy about it. There shouldn't be people like this that can just power trip and control a conversation and control what people are able to opine on or not, like with deleted comments or deleted posts.
That's a big fucking word. Chatty, what does opine mean?
And stuff like that, where they can hide certain things or boost certain things. That's a bad thing. Everyone knows that it exists, and everyone knows that there is actual power in that. I don't think anyone actually disputes that.
I have had major live streamers who are effectively celebrities come to me and beg to kind of remove, negative posts about them. An even crazier story.
That's crazy. So what you're saying is that you clipped an out-of-context clip and you put it on live stream fails and people started dogpiling them and harassing them and they went to you begging you to remove it and you were like, no, Princess, that'll be $500 for one post removal.
When some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch, partially because at the time LSF was indeed being used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch. Deservedly so, by the way.
That's right, you better bow down. Every Twitch employee, when he walked through the door at TwitchCon, got on their hands and knees, instantly groveling at his feet, begging, pleading with him to stop the attack on Twitch, the multi-billion-dollar organization. Dan Clancy came in and sucked his wiener, I heard, in order to try and appease him.
Why is he joking about real factual life events that probably did fucking happen?
So that he would stop using LSF to destroy the multi-billion-dollar corporation that is Twitch. Like, come on, man. Like, look at how you're talking about this. This is exactly why you shouldn't have a position as a top moderator of a subreddit.
So true.
Like this, you are demonstrating the caricature
Chekhov's Gundam, that's a crazy username. Welcome.
Or even just take this literal circumstance. Imagine the whole kind of operation was legit. Well, guess what? One single post on LSF caused all of the streamers to drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity. Sorry, Mythic.
What was with that evil grin? Did you guys fucking see that? Look at him. Look at that fucking transition. He's doing the fucking evil villain movie shit.
Destroyed a $20 million opportunity.
of pure evil.
Sorry, Mythic. My bad. Or imagine it was, I guess, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to expose it and destroy it before it had the chance to cause any real harm.
He's trying to rewrite history. He's trying to rewrite history. He's like, guys, stop paying attention to what I did and look at Mythic Talent. We stopped them from pulling the scam off.
Everybody got refunded after all. Guess things ended up okay.
Why do you keep saying that? Where are you finding that information about everyone getting refunded? Are the organizers telling you that? Like, I really don't know where you're seeing that. But again, man, yes, it is a big subreddit, which means things like this information about a $20
I can't get over the evil grin.
$1 million potential scam will have naturally blossomed there, as it would anywhere else on like a big Twitter community or a different subreddit. LSF just happens to be the biggest one. It has nothing to do with you. This is just natural when there is a big community. This would happen on another platform or another subreddit. It is not your achievement for creating the LSF ecosystem that shares clips about a potential scam. And in fact, you could even make an argument that you have actually been a hindrance in some cases in the past. With certain things that weren't allowed to blossom there. Like, this is... I don't even understand the point he's making. People know that big subreddits or big Twitter communities or whatever do have a lot of influence. But that happens with or without this guy as the top moderator of the subreddit. That is just the result of a ton of people all in a similar space, in a similar vertical, that are sharing things back and forth.
A monster that would always exist.
His point is one that everybody knows.
I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start. I took advantage of every opportunity that I could.
Oh, God.
I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community managers.
Oh, God.
I begged them for help and kind of partnership opportunities at every chance that I could. And I was blown off every single time.
You already said at the beginning of the video that the sole reason you pursued this moderator status is because of the power that it afforded.
Why was he ladder climbing the Reddit mod community like it was a fucking career?
I don't know why he's now trying to say that he's just so passionate. And even in this section here, he's talking about how he was trying to utilize every possible advantage to like get like brand deals and stuff, man. That's self-enrichment through this position. This doesn't really seem like it's coming from a place of a guy who's trying to like better communities or improve subreddits or make things better for others. This feels like you were chasing power and trying to use it to continue to climb that Reddit ladder, whatever that may be.
I was one of the only moderators out there who tried to grow my community, who had any ambition, who tried to work with the company or help.
Who had any ambition? Oh my God! This is his fucking evil villain speech!
Other subreddits or help the kind of the company that whole, and it didn't matter. I failed, and it failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit the company.
He just said whittle! He just said whittle!
Failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit the company gives to moderators. None of this would have happened if I had gotten support from Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy like going out like messaging random people in Discords and LinkedIn's and trying to figure out kind of these partnerships?
Yes, I do. I think you do.
Don't.
Then don't fucking do it, buddy. Chalamet! I'm gonna drop an Adam Sandler impression on you here. You are a moderator in a subreddit. Why are you chasing down brand partnerships and collaborations, buddy? The whole point of subreddits is just for a community to come together and talk about certain things, share certain things. And your job as a moderator, and I use job very loosey-goosey because it should never be misconstrued as a job. It's supposed to be filled by very passionate fans of similar mind in the same space that would then just enforce like...
I knew it. I knew it. I'm so fucking popular. Everyone knows my name. Everyone knows my name. He name dropped me. Dude, they got people on YouTube name dropping me. I've made it. I fucking made it.
Rules about like, you know, making sure someone doesn't get like doxxed or something sensitive being shared like that. Like that is supposed to be all it is. Why are you trying to even find partnerships and deals like that?
First and last name doxed.
In my eyes, to ever benefit the community, it only feels like it would benefit the mods that are chasing it down. You like to use examples, so I'll use one for you. Let's say you chased down this partnership with Million Dollar Fan Show, and it wasn't going super well, and the organizers and you, well, you like to exchange back and forth, and they're like, look, we really need a favor here. Can you only post some of the positive stuff from Million Dollar Fan Show and get rid of, like, the pesky, you know, maybe clips that are negative about it? That would really help us. And let's say you object to that, and they're like, okay, well, then we're not going to work with you in an official capacity anymore if you don't do this. You see the conflict that this creates? It leads to, I can't believe I'm going to use this word when talking about fucking subreddits and mods, but it leads to very blatant corruption, where you are now...
Yeah, the Reddit moderator deep state, which I am vindicated. I said that this would be a thing, and I would start calling it that. I'm vindicated, okay?
In bed with some of these
50-minute vindication speed run, any percent.
That could benefit from you gamifying your subreddit to cater it more towards them. Maybe it wasn't financial in this case, maybe you weren't paid for it, but extend this thought process to another type of subreddit where maybe there is someone paying for it. Like, let's say I'm a music artist and I want to be featured on, like, the r/rock, hard rock subreddit, and I want to make sure my single gets out there. So I reach out to a mod and like, hey, look, I'll pay you some money if you can try and, like, boost this up a little bit. And this is something that I've read reports of happening in the past, and I think you would agree that that's a problem, right? Now imagine if those mods are also chasing down other artists, like, hey, I see your Spotify streams are a little low. If you toss us a little money here, we can use our subreddit and the influence of it to try and...
I'm convinced. Reddit as a platform needs to be destroyed. Kill them all.
Boost it
Round
up,
up,
higher.
Destroy it.
That's not a good thing.
If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect with kind of major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me, like, reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements, none of these very real mistakes that I made.
This is so fucking funny. I'm pretty sure there's nowhere in the guidelines that says you're allowed to do any of that shit. Being a fucking Reddit moderator.
Would have happened. Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts with the mods. This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running
this is going to be controversial.
Your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't mean it.
You admit that you are unqualified. Why should they hire you then?
It's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez.
Yeah.
It's your fault. It's your fault that I wanted to turn my Reddit moderation into a grift. It's your fault.
What a mic drop. Brother, there are no qualifications to be a Reddit mod. That is a position that the community is supposed to, like, decide upon, like, hey, here's our rules, and here's who we would like to enforce them, and that's it. It should never be this deep. I just don't understand why he can't
Deep
grasp,
state!
and maybe he can.
I knew it.
And he's just pretending not to. The concept that if you have mods that are financially incentivized to work with brands in collaboration with them, to use the community...
This is actually genuinely a nightmare if this were to actually take place on Reddit. Like, I'm getting shivers just thinking about it. This is pure shitification.
For their collaborators' purpose, you now have a very disingenuous subreddit that is very easily influenced based on who is paying for it. That should be a very clear conflict, a very obvious issue. It should be pretty obvious why Reddit wouldn't want to invest in a suite of resources like lawyers and brand ambassadors for Reddit mods to look over contracts and shit for Reddit mods securing deals to sell out their subreddit.
I do find it weird, though, because I know there are some subreddits that are, like, official. Like, for example, there's I think Infinity Nikki, that's a gacha game. It has an official subreddit, and then it has, like, a fan subreddit. How does that work? Are they paying people to run the official Infinity Nikki subreddit, and is that allowed on the platform?
That's not a good thing.
That means access to anything that, like, a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So, an access to a bounty board, or ad deals, or lawyers, or event organizers, or professionals, or anything that actually matters.
I think we need to fucking take all of it out of Reddit. No official subreddits, only fan-led. Get rid of all of the ads, let it be a lawless land. And you know what? Fuck it, no moderators, okay?
To you, personally, actually matters to just you. The guy who is benefiting from the ad deals and brand partnerships and shit. That does nothing for the community you are supposed to be moderating for, brother. What are you not understanding there? Like, he is only arguing to help himself under the guise of it being to grow his subreddit. It only grows you, man.
To summarize,
it would be B in 10 seconds. That's not even true. 4chan has ads.
Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers, not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence. I mean, if not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be
I can't.
That high up for how much traffic Reddit gets.
Yes.
Wrap it up, little bro. Wrap it up.
High-level financial growth strategy here. The way to double your company is by spending resources to connect your subreddit moderators with talent managers that will chase down brand deals for them.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that way they can feel like a celebrity and I guess cash in on their mod status. Yeah, I'm really seeing the line now. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together nicely. I get it.
To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve.
He then tries to address the community about, like, this problem. And I really don't even understand the problem he's trying to portray here, because all he keeps hammering home is that he is a top moderator, wasn't given enough resources like lawyers, and he wasn't treated like a celebrity enough, and he didn't have the ability to chase down brand deals, which led to him making a poor decision here with the $1 Million fan show. How is that a problem that the community, like, would rally behind, man? You just shouldn't have done it in the first place. Reddit shouldn't be a platform where mods are selling out big communities for the sake of brand deals.
Listen, if you're a moderator of any community, I highly encourage you to maintain communications and conversations with people who don't moderate anything so that you can run your ideas through them first instead of a moderator who's just gonna, like, you know, yes man you. You need to talk to a normal person so you can be like, hey, I'm thinking about taking a brand deal for, like, my subreddit. What do you think? And then they're gonna be like, I think that sounds fucking horrible and you sound like a dumb, stupid, dumbass piece of shit. And then you'll be like, oh shit, I'm sorry, man. I didn't even know.
I don't see a whole lot of community support coming for that kind of message. He keeps presenting it as a problem, but actually I think this video demonstrates exactly why Reddit made the right call removing him from his position. Like, I don't know how he's not seeing that.
To solve all of the problems that I have laid out, we will create tools and resources so good, so useful, that everybody will have to work with us. Think talent agency.
So good, so useful, everyone will have to work with us.
Agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision, you have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections to major companies, partnerships, doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross-collaboration with other relevant subreddits. That kind of stuff.
He then pitches his...
With other relevant subreddits? This is so poetic. This is so poetic. The way he talks about Reddit, it's the way that people who are, like, big streamers and, like, they're fucking always doing something, they're always working on something. It's the way that they talk about their own jobs. He was trying to vicariously live the streamer life by being the moderator of live stream fails. This is pure poetry. This is fucking art.
Thing here, which a talent agency for subreddit mods, I guess. I don't want to get into it. I've been yapping about this for so long. It's just this video blew my mind that he would actually post something like
for
this.
Reddit.
Again, I do actually feel bad for him because this is clearly a position that meant a lot to him, and I'm wishing him the best going forward now without his, you know, sheriff badge of LSF. But I do not think a talent agency for mods is the right path. But, you know, I'm not his dad. He can do what he wants. It's just, this was a mind-boggling adventure watching this one. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
That's really about it. See ya. I knew it. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Wow. I learned a lot. I learned so much about Reddit moderation, things that I can never forget, and I learned that I guess all mods look and sound like that. I guess it's not a joke. I guess it's not a stereotype. I guess it's real. And that's where we're at in life. Huh. Moderation, not even fucking once. Okay, so I have no clue what this is, but it also has 15 million views and you put it on my subreddit. So I guess I'm about to find out what this is. Pure cinema. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Princess. Star Wars TIE Fighter. What is that? Is that a spaceship? Wait, is this an anime? Is this like an anime short? Oh my god. What the fuck? Wait, this is original? How did we go from talking about something as stupid as Reddit moderation to something as peak as this? Oh my god, that blink! It was almost disturbing how well animated that eyelid was. Is this robot running on Linux? Mods, can you please just take that guy out back and fucking shoot him? I'm sick of this shit. Hydrate. When they time them out for 1 second, oh my god. He's probably got a brand deal with that chatter. This is all fan-made? What the? By one guy too? What? Now this is the best one guy I've ever experienced. You can hear my chair. Sorry guys, I can't headbang. I got a squeaky ass chair. Just kidding, I'm doing it anyway! Hello? Oh my god! Oh, it's cinema! It's cinema! Oh my god, it's cinema! Lucy, they're the baddies, by the way. I don't give a fuck, it's cinema! Guys, can I tell the difference between the rebels and the good guys? And wait, who? I thought the Empire was the bad guy. Me when I haven't seen a single Star Wars movie and it shows. They are. See? See? So the rebels are good, chatty, right? In this game, you play as the bad guys. Guys, Star Wars is just a redo of the War of Independence for America, okay? The monarchy bad and the rebel good. Close, actually. I'm a genius. I'm a genius! And this is pure cinema. The Empire is cooler. Chatty, I am your father. Am I hungry? Why does that look like a nice pizza slice? These little spaceships. What is he saying? Chatty, read his lips! What is he saying? That's also a slice of pizza, believe it or not. He's phoning a friend. For $1 million, what color is Winnie the Pooh's shirt? Blue. Blue, fuck! Purple. Purple princess. Oh my god! It's actually pink. She's so hot, what the fuck? I didn't know they had a woman in here. I need this, but like a 24-minute episode. Me when a woman's unloading on me. Oh. I don't know what they're saying, but they're talking mega shit to each other. This just was a 24-minute beach episode in any such cases. He's so handsome, wow. He looks evil. Wait, he is evil. Aren't the stormtroopers evil and they have like really bad aim? Wee-woo, wee-woo, wee-woo. Oh, Masaka! Have you even seen the original trilogy, Lucy? No, but everything is exploding. Everyone died. Holy fuck, everyone died! Everyone fucking died! It happened? Stop making it happen! Think. You should watch the old one, Star Wars movies, Lucy, not the new ones. Why would I watch the new one with a woman? Everyone is fucking dying, Chatty. The old one's a woman too? Isn't it a sister? And like they like get together? It has incest. Oh, guys, we gotta watch Star Wars. The coffin of Luke and Layla is crazy. Holy peak! I have no clue what I was watching, but it looked amazing. Is that okay? I'm sorry, this is like a huge woman moment of me not understanding, but my heart and soul was into it. Isn't that good enough? Isn't that good enough, Chatty? Also, here's a video called Rating Every Fishing Minigame I Could Play, the remaster. I'm gonna watch this. This woman looks, pretty, and I'm insecure. But guys, just imagine that I'm like, in real life, I'm like way hotter, for sure. Just trust me. I'm actually like 10 times the hotness.
Hi, I'm Jay. I want to talk about fishing in video games that are not about fishing. So about a year ago, I made a TikTok rating 27 different
10 times
fishing
hotter.
games. Personally, I think I slayed that video. It was
Trust.
iconic. The crowd went wild. We all remember where we were.
Remember when I said that the Reddit mod stuttering was his giveaway of a lie? Trust.
But that video was like 12 minutes long and it didn't make a ton of sense for it to be a TikTok. So now that we're on YouTube, I have gone back into the archives to remaster this beloved classic for our modern times. So welcome to rating fishing in video games that are not about fishing, now featuring 9 new games, or 11. Depending on how you...
What does a game have to do to not be about fishing, though? Because if fishing is a mechanic, then it's kind of sort of about fishing. It's not totally about fishing, but how does that make it not about fishing when they included fishing into the mechanics and intended for that to be a part of the game?
You count. I've also edited or completely rewritten all of my original reviews. But these new entries are either games that I didn't know had fishing, games that I haven't played since I was 8, or games that I had never played, and I played them just to see the fishing minigame. Yeah, I'm an academic.
Nice.
I did research for this. Quick rules before we get started. 1, we're only discussing fishing minigames where you catch fish. There are several where you can only catch like items, money, big the cat's, fuck ass frog.
That's crazy. Why does it even fucking matter then?
Those have been eliminated. 2, obviously I can only rate games that I've played and fished. If I miss your favorite, there's a good chance that it's either Dota or WoW. Please don't make me do that to myself. And rule 3,
they should force her to do Final Fantasy XIV fishing.
these are not in any
Volume's
order
kind of
except
quiet.
that my top 3
Now
go
you're
at the
just a
very end. Let's do it.
bitch. Got him.
We're talking about the Game Boy Advance version. Off the bat, this minigame is run by Funky Kong. This is how you know that it's a good game.
Kong!
Very little fish diversity, but it's Game Boy Advance, so I'm gonna give it some grace there. I like these mechanics a lot, and I really like that Donkey Kong rides around at like 400 miles an hour on a swordfish, rather than just use the boat that is right there. I do like that he does that. 7 out of 10. Next.
Commencing fishing.
Nier
Wait, they have
Automata
fishing?
exists to bring you existential questions about the nature of life. And one of those questions that it asks is, if you tell a little robot to fish, and it fishes for you, are you truly the one fishing? Gets in your head. I think not, but ultimately...
If you if you tell the AI to cleanse your colon, and then your colon is cleansed, did you cleanse your colon or did the AI?
The mechanics aren't actually that different from like standard simple fishing mechanics, which means that it's pretty boring. But I like these models a lot, and I especially like the weird future fish. I love this twin fish because it's more fish per fish. 5 out of 10.
That's Chatty. Is that supposed to be like a double dick?
I especially like the weird future
the double
fish.
dick
I love
fish.
This twin fish because
that's a double dick fish
because it's more fish per fish. 5 out of 10. Next.
Miles McChatty, thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate
Mechanically,
it.
this is again very standard, so I have no issues with it, but I also don't find it particularly interesting. There are 33 species of things to catch, which sounds respectable, but of those 33, only 18 are actually fish, and the non-fish things are collected by picking them up with your hands instead of actually like casting a rod and fishing. So we're deciding that they don't count. My biggest question here though, if you're only gonna have 18 fish, why do you have both a sole and a flounder? And why do you also separately have a halibut? Halibut is a type of flounder. What are we doing? What is the purpose of this flat fish agenda? I did not
Wait, why does she know so much about fish? Why does she know about ball, but the ball is fish?
realize that game devs were fiending for flatfish so hard. 5 out of 10. Next. This isn't a bad rhythm game, but I hate rhythm games. I have your These fish are all solid colors.
I didn't know Fire Emblem had fishing.
And it is a rhythm game, which we said already, but I need to emphasize that I hate rhythm games. Also, fish
Dropped. I'm sorry.
Fish and fishing make you like incredibly OP within the context of the game for some reason, which I dislike. I feel like for a game that isn't about fishing, there's way too much incentive to go fishing. 3 out of 10. Next.
Wizard 101?
I've never played Wizard 101 before, so I had no...
Okay, so you don't want to fucking find out how WoW and Final Fantasy XIV fishing goes, but you're okay with doing it for Wizard 101? Fake.
Nostalgia attached to it.
Dislike the video!
Anyway. I normally really don't like MMOs, but I think this was similar enough to Club Penguin that we're good. And then separately, the fishing is also fun. The mechanics are basic, but I like the whole like match your lure to the type of fish thing. And I like that instead of using a rod, you're like casting a spell, so it's on theme. One thing about me, I like to see a goofy thing in a video game. Also, I don't like this fuck-ass pelican. I don't like him. Why is he instrumental to fishing?
I like him. I like the fuck-ass pelican.
Also, I don't like this fuck-ass pelican.
I like the fuck-ass pelican. He's just silly. I like the fuck-ass pelican.
I don't like him. Why is he instrumental to fishing? 7 out of 10. Next. There are really only 2 types of fish you can catch
really
in this
be
game,
putting
and one of
fishing
them
in
is not a
everything,
fish.
don't they?
The third thing you can catch is an enemy pretending to be a fish, which is bullshit. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. Everyone knows that there's an automatic truce in effect when fishing activities are underway. Also, it defaults to motion controls. 2 out of 10. Next.
I was so pumped about finding the penguin today.
The button press joystick combo mechanic that they have going on here is super finicky. And there's also only 6 types of fish. One big issue for me is that you can't just like buy a fishing rod. You have to go through several different multi-step quests to like assemble one yourself. And frankly, it just
all fishing in Persona games is evil and should be deleted from the game. It would improve the gameplay.
It feels like the game is standing in the way of my fishing, which is a terrible thing to do to someone. Also, why is fishing required to complete the Fox social link? I already paid that motherfucker money, and now he wants me to bring him like specific fish. That's lame.
Because he's hungry.
It's useless. Useless.
The actual mechanics of fishing are improved from Persona 4 to Persona 5 for sure. And there's a fair amount of customization available here too. However, there are only 9 fish, which I don't like. Also, why is this a man-made pond? I don't support putting liquids in square vessels. Liquids go in circles.
Yeah, dude, let's just be in Tokyo and go fish in the real ocean. I'm pretty sure that's illegal, right?
Swimming pools are an exception, but I don't know why. 5 out of 10. Next. Far Cry is fly fishing, not spin fishing, so it does have somewhat more involved mechanics. I don't think that's a bad thing though. In real life, I personally prefer a spinning reel to a fly reel, because I'm from the Midwest.
I love the hand tattoo. Everyone thirsting for this woman. I understand she's hot and physically attractive. I'm gonna start banning you. I'm getting so insecure right now. Do you still even like me? Do you even still like me?
Unironic fishing opinions. Anyway, very nice models and a lot of customization here. Like 4 rods and a bunch of different flies. There are only 12 species of fish, which is sad, but not inaccurate.
My Dr. Pepper's almost dead.
6 out of 10. Next.
Pokemon!
The whole series, because they're all identical. Terrible idea to say that out loud on Beyonce.
It kind of sucks, but it's whatever, I guess.
Is, I would say, a Chuckster level of annoying. Not that anybody really needs Feeboss, I guess. Also, I've been thinking about this. I don't know if this actually counts as fishing, because what you're catching isn't a fish, it's a Pokemon battle. Like, there are no mechanics other than selecting use rod. So it probably shouldn't count, actually, but I make the rules. So.
Why not thirst after Lucy? Because they fucking hate me and they're busy fucking thirsting after a flesh woman!
I'm saying that it does. It does get points for letting you fish from another fish. Very Donkey Kong. 3 out of 10. Next.
I've got a question.
Shenmue 3 has multiple QuickTime events per fish. Also, given that this game came out in 2019, it's not great that these fish models look like balloons. It kind of looks like those giant fish pillows that you could get at Cabela's. You know how you get giant fish pillows at Cabela's?
Dude, I hope she mentions it, but my least favorite fucking fishing mechanic of all time was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So bad to me, and I was so bad at it that I think I quit around the area where, I was following a walkthrough tutorial to full complete the game, and I quit around that part where I had to, finish fishing. I swear, I'm not even joking.
You do that on the regular, right? Where did my giant fish pillows go? Also, in continuing the theme of Shenmue being obsessed with your Google Calendar, you do have to obey the posted legal fishing hours. I will say, they really managed to make a fishing game that fits with the rest of the game. 2 out of 10. Next.
It's bad as hell.
This game stresses me out, and I think that's the point. But it does have 68 different types of things to catch when you're fishing, which is huge. Some of those are just humans that are chilling in the water for reasons that are unclear to me, but that's funny, so we're gonna give it a pass. I like that the models spin around. I like that most of these are creative and made for the game. I like the descriptions that they have with each of the fish.
Cute.
I don't like the models themselves, even though I do usually like Cruelty Squad's art style. I like the fish clear and detailed. I'm trying to see the fishness. I also don't like the fact that fish monetary values swing wildly on the stock market, but that's like part of the commentary.
In some creepypasta, there's an alternate universe where there's a guy who you can see his face creeping through here, and then like 3 weeks later they're like, this YouTuber disappeared from her home and people were searching her previous video uploads to find out the reason why. This mystery solved by Reddit.
That the game is making, so I won't hold that against its fishing. 7 out of 10. Next.
1!
I do not like 3D Sonic the Hedgehog games. I don't like the characters.
True.
I don't like the dialogue. I don't like the movement. It never feels like it was even supposed to be fast, which in theory was the whole point. That being said, this fishing is really good. These fish models are so nice, which is confusing because I'm like,
what the
why
hell?
is your ability to animate Sonic so shit, but your ability to animate this fish is fantastic? And the mechanics are great because Sega fishing. The biggest downside is that Big the cat
I need you to look at this picture. Why is Sonic being hard-mogged by a fucking fish? He's being hard-mogged by this fish.
Animate this fish is fantastic. And the mechanics are great because Sega fishing. The biggest downside is that Big the cat is still there. I understand that it's tradition.
Big
I hate
the
his
cat's
guts.
so
also,
cute.
For some reason,
Who the hell
fast
is he?
travel is locked behind fishing in this game. But the actual fish and fishing are very good. 8 out of 10. Next. The original Link's Awakening came out in 1993, which makes it 10 years older than me, and it contains the first ever fishing minigame. It's pretty straightforward. You got 5 total fish in the pond, 3 small ones, 2 big ones. One of the big ones has an item with it. It is always the same fish that has the item. Because this created the concept, the mechanics are obviously very simple. I do really like the side view, which is pretty uncommon at this point. I think there's only 2 other games on this list that are like that. The side view obviously sacrifices like POV realism, but also it's much more fun because you can see everything, so I do prefer it. The biggest issue with this fishing game is that every single time you cast, the game re-explains how to use the fishing rod. Like every single time it tells you press these buttons in this order. Well,
0 out of 10.
Zelda,
Instantly,
like,
0.
like halfway
0.
through the game and Navi is still explaining how to open a door. 6 out of 10. It does get bonus points for being the original. Next. This minigame is well done in terms of being a remake. The mechanics are still very simple, but there's a bit more customization here, like a couple different lures. Very few fish still, but now it doesn't have the excuse of being the first game to ever do it. These days, we have superior fish technology, and I do expect games to reflect that. I do enjoy this big fish. She's very goofy. It's a better minigame, but it doesn't get the bonus points from being the original. 5 out of 10. Next.
Damn.
So all
Fuck
of the 3D
this
Zelda games
game
that have fishing
and it's
also have basically
fishing.
the same
I love the
mechanics
game.
for
Hate the
but some small
fishing.
stuff does change. Ocarina of Time was the first 3D Zelda game with fishing, so the mechanics are pretty rudimentary. One big plus is that if you catch a fish that beats the local record, the fisherman dude will put it in a tank with your name next to it. We should probably discuss this fisherman guy, like as a society. He is always standing like this, even like 50 years apart. 5 out of 10. Next.
I think what happened was that you have to like get all of the heart things, you have to catch a certain type of fish, and I was struggling so hard.
This is pretty standard fishing. 24 total fish, pretty well randomized, a couple different
I never got to the
lures,
fishing
What
in
does
this game.
elevate it above average for me is that it incorporates other game mechanics into fishing. Different masks that Link wears let him do different things throughout the game, but like in fishing, one of them lets him walk on lily pads and another one lets him spook fish out of their hiding places. 6 out of 10. Next.
That's so cute.
What do you mean no?
Does he just bite fish as a wolf?
No.
Easily the best of the Zelda fishing. You got bobber fishing versus
Damn.
lure fishing. Fish
Missed
conditions
opportunity.
changing due to weather and season. A specific mechanic for setting the hook, which I really like. You can use fish to attract cats. I don't know what you do with them from there, but you got them. 8 out of 10. Next.
I call it the buoyancy operated aquatic transport.
Wind Waker doesn't have fishing. It's the Zelda game built around boats.
10 out of
And
10.
it doesn't have any fishing. Incredibly bullshit. 0 out of 10. Next.
Yeah.
Boat for short.
Phantom Hourglass is a direct sequel to Wind Waker, and it does have fishing. They tried to just like sneak fishing in for the sequel. Very reminiscent of J.K. Rowling making Dumbledore gay on Twitter in 2007. And there's only
That's the funniest thing ever. Guys, I have an announcement to make.
6 fish. Too little, too late. 2 out of 10. Next.
Then I'm gonna play Skyrim. To me, it sounds a lot like Skyrim.
It took them 10 years to put fishing in Skyrim, which is funny. If I counted right, there are 33 fish you can catch, which is respectable. The main thing I'm thinking here is that the inclusion of the tripod spiderfish is crazy. Like this fuck-ass thing.
What the
Why of all
hell?
fish have you chosen
real?
this one to be part of your 33? This is a deep sea fish. Like,
Why are you complaining about that? Why are you complaining about that? It's representation, okay? Representation in the fish community is important.
6,000 meters down deep sea fish. And it's not one that your average person is aware of.
Why is she literally fish racist against deep sea fish?
The choice to put this fish in the game speaks to someone on the dev team who has been waiting for like 20 years.
Do you think in the fish world, like talking about deep sea fish a certain way is just people they're like, oh, that's not, oh my gosh, you can't talk about them that way, bro. They're fish just like you and me.
For anybody to ask them about the tripod spiderfish. However, anywhere else, that person would be me, so I approve. The inclusion of the tripod spiderfish, I think, brings these very basic mechanics up to a 6 out of 10. Next.
Are you one of them deep sea
This
fish?
is a Dark Souls DLC. I normally really like pixel art as a style, but I dislike it.
They got like a slur, they call them deeps. He's one of them deeps.
In this instance because I can't see the fish very clearly. Again, I want my fish crisp and visible.
Grandpa, you
said,
can't say
there are 7
that!
species of fish, which is huge. And the thing I do really like is that there are 5 different behavior types of fish, so they feel different to catch, which is cool. Another thing that's cool, in this game, there are several characters that really like it when you give them a dead fish. In real life, people do not like that, which seems like bullshit to me, but 8 out of 10. Next. We're not gonna go over all of the Yakuza games individually.
I wanna play
because
Yakuza.
there are 11 of them, kind of depending on how you count, and I think 9 of those have fishing. So we're just gonna do an overview. The mechanics are pretty basic and pretty similar across all the games, but for some reason the difficulty varies wildly. In Yakuza 5, for example, fishing is the single easiest thing that has ever been put in the interactive medium. And in Yakuza 3, it is by far the most difficult thing in the game. It does have some diversity, like there's
why is
both
it like that
river
every
fishing and sea
time?
fishing in most of the games. Mostly though, Yakuza gets huge bonus points for letting you use certain fish as weapons. Collectively, it gets a 6 to 7 out of 10 with 2 exceptions.
6 to 7?
Dragon Infinite Wealth gets an 8 out of 10 because in that one there are a few arcades in the world where you can just go play straight up Sega bass fishing, which is a game that kicks ass. I'd give it a 10 for being Sega bass fishing, but it's on thin ice because it's a game about fishing that is inside a game that is not about fishing. Toes the line. The other exception is Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which gets a 5 out of 10. It loses points for having fishing by dragnet, which is very harmful. That game's great though, holy shit. Next.
It's in the walls.
I did not know that Destiny 2 had fishing.
I mean, your
the reason
walls
I
got
didn't know is that it's only in Season 21, which you need either a Season Pass or the Lightfall DLC and an Annual Pass in order to play. All of those things, of course, cost extra money. And then when the season ends, all of that content is gone, even if you bought any of those things. So what I'm telling you is that I have not done Destiny 2 fishing because I didn't think this far ahead 2 years ago, so that's my bad.
Isn't that also an MMO, or am I crazy?
However, also, I haven't done anything in Destiny 2 in like 8 years because I hate Destiny 2. 0 out of 10. Next.
You offering to take me fishing, father?
Hades' never-ending quest to tell you that
He
your
fishes?
reaction time sucks does extend to its fishing. By which I mean when you fish, the game is timing you. Like there's a written inverse relationship between player reaction time and the likelihood of catching a rare or legendary fish. Very rarely in my life have I said this, but this is a game that did not need fishing. Hades is a roguelite and a hack and slash.
Kinda
like, visually,
true.
you are so far away from your character. When he catches a fish, you can't see shit. And anyway, fishing is inaccessible enough that I think most people don't even know it's in the game. 3 out of 10. Next.
Me.
Fishing in Okami is very simple. There's no customization, there's no particular skill, it's not very precise, but it isn't trying
Aren't you playing as a fucking wolf in that game? Why would you have a fishing rod?
to be. All it cares about is time commitment. The longer you fish, the more fish you catch, and the bigger those fish get. There are 43 types of fish, which is very solid, and Okami
I want gameplay like a fucking bear in the ocean, and I have to fucking reach and do Mortal Kombat with salmon as I rip them out of the water and I gut them quite literally like a fish.
has gorgeous art for everything, fish included. I
When
will say,
will I
if
have
it
that?
didn't have gorgeous art, I don't think I would like this nearly as much as I do. Seeing the art is reward enough for doing it. As it is, I'm a fan. 7 out of 10. Next.
You, sir, are a fish.
They
Fishing
fish in
Red
that
Dead 2
game?
is very similar to fishing in Far Cry 5, except that this isn't fly fishing. There aren't a ton of species. I do like that you use the triggers to fish. These models are nice, I just wish there were more of them. However, Red Dead gets an extra point from Far Cry because of the comically large largemouth bass mission. This is hilarious. And you'll never guess it, but it looks like a fish pillow from Cabela's. 7 out of 10. Next.
Yeah.
Okay, I've revised my take on this one probably the most. I used to not like this minigame, but I think I was looking at it kind of in a vacuum. In the context of the whole game, I do like it better. Like, it's fun to be fucking around on a boat and decide to go fishing for a few minutes every now and then. There
I
are
wanna
only
play
10 fish,
that.
and then there's like 5 variants of each fish, but they're just palette swaps. I think I give them credit for that, though. The baseline mechanic is pretty standard, but I think that the overall atmosphere actually does boost it a lot. 6 out of 10. Next. Fishing in this game is incredibly stressful.
I heard
just
this
like
game is
everything else
good.
in this game. There's not a ton of joy in this fishing because it's like fish or you'll die in the next 30 seconds. And also you have to micromanage your rod like normal, but it's so small on the screen. I do like these fish
Yikes.
though. There aren't a ton of them, but they definitely get points for making up their
4
own
out of
and
10.
giving them pun names. Regardless, I'm really not a survival game person, and this is very much survival game fishing. 4 out of 10. Next.
I knew it!
These are legendary graphics, as we all know. Disney animators
Rewatched.
aspire all their lives to create something this good. The shape
Wait,
of
that's
this
the
creature,
fish. Dude, no,
we
that's
all know. Disney
that's the fish from my childhood. That's literally him. That's literally that fish on that children's book.
Animators aspire all their lives to create something this good. The shape of this creature is excellent. Also, this definitely gets
Rainbow
points for having,
fish.
I think, the only competitive multiplayer fishing on this list.
What the
or
fuck?
anywhere, but it loses points for only having 6 fish and
Okay, Chatty, who wants to join me in competitive multiplayer fishing after today's stream?
for motion controls. Which, like, the whole point of Wii Play was that it was a tech demo for the Wii Remote. I don't think we were supposed to be playing it for this long, guys. 4 out of 10. Next. There are like 7,000 different conditions that affect fish in this game, which is too many. There are 30 species of fish, which is solid. And the fishing is pretty simple. For me though, it's not the kind of simple that makes it relaxing. It's the kind of simple that makes it tedious, especially because of how much extra shit is going on. 4 out of 10. Next.
Yikes.
The monster hunters that have fishing all have basically identical and very simple mechanics. It's a total foregone conclusion.
I didn't know
you
it
press
had
A to cast,
fishing.
and you press A when a fish approaches, and you now have the
I'm learning
fish.
a lot
Rise
from
has
this
19
video.
fish, Wilds has 20, and World has 17. I do think World is better than the other two fish-wise. I like these models a lot. You don't really see the fish in the others because they're represented by drawings instead. But overall, I think a fishing minigame would have made a lot of sense for Monster Hunter, and I don't think this did it right. 3 out of 10 for Rise and Wilds, 4 out of 10 for World. Next.
A fish. This isn't
Deadly
the time to be fishing
premonition.
for fish.
My favorite thing about Deadly Premonitions fishing is that a pack of 6 worms, like bait, costs $120.
Jesus!
Casting your line looks bugged out, even though I'm pretty sure it isn't. Other shit looks bugged out because it is. And then instead of like a button mash minigame, it's you start playing fish roulette. Points for originality, I think. This one does toe the line a bit with the rules though, because while you can catch actual fish, you're more likely to catch other stuff. And this is also another situation where story progression is locked behind fishing. However, it is so funny that I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Okay, top 3. Number 3.
Crab penguin.
This fishing minigame is elite. I'm not even talking about the fish here though. I'm talking about the game. There's only 2 fish really, unless you were a Club Penguin member, but you weren't. Anyway, we got the little yellow one who was apparently named Fluffy.
I
and the
was,
big
and
red
I was
one. Not
a
a lot
poor
going on.
child.
However, the gameplay is top tier. You gotta time your clicks, skirt around obstacles, snag extra bait, avoid crabs and sharks because they're coming for you. I'm being so serious right now. Of all the fishing minigames we've talked about, this one is the most fun. Not the most polished, not the
Really?
prettiest, not the fishiest, but the most fun. 9 out of 10. Next.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Now, arguably,
That's such an elite sound clip.
Animal Cross is a game about fishing because it's a life sim and life is about fishing, but we're gonna let it slide. This fishing matches the rest of the game in that everything is on a real seasonal and day-night cycle. So catching like a specific
I love how that's Dr. Phil, but the words coming out of his mouth just sounds like your average flesh streamer woman.
fish can take a lot of waiting, but these fish are world class. Excellent. If you do not have all of the bugs and fish in Animal Cross, why are you playing the game? Bugs and fish are the best part of everything, obviously. But these fish are the best of the best and they get better every game. They also add 8 new fish every game, which puts us at 80 fish with Animal Crossing New Horizons. These models are beautiful. I love them. And super important, the fish go in the museum, which means you can stare at the models for as long as you want, which is what I am doing. My island is almost entirely museum. Even in City Folk, it was almost entirely museum. 9 out of 10. And finally, my number 1 favorite fishing minigame in a game that is not about fishing.
And I was so very worried.
Guys, he thought I was fucking dead. Listen, I just overslept. It happens, okay? Apparently, I'm not sure. How long have I been streaming? Almost 4 years at this point. It happens once every 4 years, apparently, on the Lucy stream, that she majorly oversleeps a stream.
I'm still not sure why this happened. I'm pretty confident that the devs just wanted to see how sick of a fishing game they could make if they had Square Enix money. But then because they had Square Enix money, they also had to tack on like a whole very gay RPG with really detailed soup physics. I remember being shocked the first time I saw Ignis make soup in Final Fantasy 15. There's no way that you spent this much fucking time and money animating soup. I need you to know that the fishing in this game was so good that they had to make an entire
spent all the time animating stupid shit because they were mega focused on graphics. Meanwhile, they forgot to make the game good. It happens.
Separate tie-in
Also,
game
Dark
that
J,
is
thank you so much
just
for the 1,000
VR
biddies.
fishing. The main character is like canonically obsessed with fishing too. He's been in some other Final Fantasy games too, and every time they make a point to be like, yeah, Noctis loves fishing. But this shit is great. Customize your rod, your reel, your lure, your line. The enemy encounter music starts playing when a fish approaches. These models are gorgeous.
Out of curiosity, press 1 if you've ever fished before. Press 2 if you've never fished before. I'm curious, how many of you guys have had the quintessential male experience of fishing? 11111 222 11122. I feel like that's like, it feels like 80% have fished at least once. Damn, the fishy smell in the chat right now.
And there are 109
You just came home from fishing? Peak!
species of fish in this game.
That's so
Also, you get to hang out with the boys, which is like the entire game, but still. Perfection, world.
I think a man who enjoys fishing is probably a green flag because he has a lot of patience. He's a very patient guy. He can just sit there and wait. So when you're having a woman moment and you're crashing out, he's just gonna look at you like you're a big fish that he has to reel in, and he's like, that's okay, you can bite the hook whenever you feel like it, whenever you're ready.
Class, the best of the best. 10 out of 10.
I am Noctis, Prince of Lucis and King of Fishing!
You know my buddy calls himself the king of fishing?
Thanks so much for hanging out. My other socials are in the description. My Patreon is there too.
You know, my buddy calls himself the king of fishing. Ah, shut up, Prompto! Not a brony welcome. Yeah, I'm kind of a MILF if I do say so myself. So what does the MILF stand for, huh? Man, I love fishing. I got him!
If you want to support me and get some cool rewards. If you're wondering why I'm crowdfunding, it's because I'm scared of running ads. I don't know how it works. Anyway, bye.
Yeah, I'm also scared of running ads. Just kidding. You know what? No morals, no principles. I got 30 fucking seconds, that's an ad. 30 seconds, that's an ad. 30 seconds, that's an ad. 30 seconds, that's an ad. You will sit there, you will watch the ad, you will like it. I'm actually the exact opposite, Chatty. Not to be a pick-me streamer or anything, but I make my ads as short as possible. I chose the lowest setting. Not to be a pick-me streamer or anything, but I'm not like those other streamers that run ads every 1 minute. I swear, uwu etel blah. Alright, Batman gets doxxed on Twitter. Awesome.
Oh no, someone just posted the wrong opinion online. I better act fast.
Yo, Batman, I made you your 3rd breakfast. This is the last one. No more talks about bulking.
What is this?
It's toast.
This is bread. You skipped the one step in making toast.
Tastes great.
I love how you can see the fucking holes in the back of the head because they took out the pigtails.
To me.
Don't eat my food!
Hello, Master Batman. I made you
Oh my god, Robin! Looks kind of fuckable,
Robin,
what?
don't sneak up on me. I've been trained in the ways of the blade by the top Redditors.
I must have also trained you how to bathe.
That's rich coming from a cat.
Wait, is Batman a Reddit mod?
Get it? 'Cause cats don't like water?
Batman, did you replace Alfred with a cat maid?
Robin, you know I have a thing for women who are also cats.
What? Are you some kind of furry?
You're asking the guy in the full latex bat suit?
Batman, you can't just replace your family with your cat girl girlfriend.
You wanna bet?
We are not dating. We have an on-again, off-again relationship. Mainly because if he was on me too long,
I'm invested.
my bones would shatter.
Robin, this...
Oh, I'm so hard thinking about Batman fucking crushing a cute anime girl's bones underneath his huge Batman body.
jealousy is unlike you. Just do what I do and suppress your emotions with work.
You haven't left the cave in weeks.
Holy base.
The office declared you legally dead.
You know, my parents went outside once. They didn't come back.
Cool. So what have you even been doing on that computer?
I'm learning a new form of combat from an elite group of justice fighters called the Keyboard Warriors.
Batman, it looks like you're just harassing people on Twitter.
I'm doing God's work.
Wait, what's happening to the screen?
Salutations, Batman! I, the Riddler, have just bypassed your McAfee Premium firewall.
Oh no, it's this idiot.
Idiot! Do you have any idea how high my IQ is?
Is this the does he know
I
guy?
vote Rick
Does
and
he know?
Morty. I bet you don't even understand the significance of the pickle.
Oh man, he means business. What do you want, Riddler?
You must answer my riddles, Batman, or I'll...
Nah, I don't feel like it.
What? Batman, that's not how this works.
Why not?
Because if you don't answer my riddles, Batman, then I'll dox you on Twitter.
Nice try, Riddler. But I already know where I live.
That's not it. I scrolled through the past 5 years of your tweet history.
That's so dumb. How are you gonna dox me by just posting my IP address? I already know where I live, dumbass.
And found something Twitter
That's
would
so
disagree
peak.
with. You'll be trending for weeks. Ratio to oblivion.
Riddler, my viewpoints have changed. I'll agree with whatever the popular consensus is. No man can win a fight against Twitter.
Not good enough, Batman.
Don't worry, Batman. I was trending once. For a monster reason. People will forget.
His dick.
Hopefully.
I'm going to have to distance myself from you publicly.
Why would Astolfo want you to forget about how big his dick is? Nah, make that make sense. Fix the character writing here.
You understand.
You bested me, Riddler. Just tell me why.
Oh, besides to prove I'm a better person than you, it's quite simple, really.
Hi, Batman. Joker, why on earth would you team up with Riddler? He's lame.
I needed help hacking your computer. You know, all it takes is one bad tweet to ruin a life. You see, my father got canceled on Twitter, and in his gamer rage, he went into the bathroom and grabbed his Gillette razor. Hashtag not sponsored,
Oh my god. Bao is the Joker. Holy shit.
by the way. And then he...
Joker, why would your backstory have a sponsor? Get to the point.
Point. You see, I don't need a point, Batman.
Sounds exactly like
What I
her.
do need is those Robin thigh pics. Come to Joker.
You'll never get those pics, Joker.
Riddler, how are you okay being a part of this?
Batman, is it gay if I'm getting paid? Now time for the riddle. What do you call...
Is gay for
There we
pay
go.
gay?
Whoa, Chico,
Or is it just
you
a
just
sound
stopped the
business
Riddler.
investment?
Nice work.
Batman, I think she's just stealing the computer.
What?
Batman, should we go after her?
Let her go, Robin. She saved us from her greatest foe yet.
Batman's always getting scammed. This is so fucking sad.
Twitter. Now I can go outside and touch grass or punch a poor person.
What? I could go outside and touch grass or punch a poor person? Is there Batman lore that I don't understand? Or is it just that because Batman is so rich, every person he punches is poor in comparison to him, so he just goes outside and punches poor people? Those are the only options? Well, shit, Chatty, maybe it's a good thing I've been avoiding walking around outside. Goku versus 20 Dragon Ball villains. I'm really scared. Let's watch it.
My name is Goku, and today I am surrounded by all my greatest foes.
I don't think games
His
are
ops.
too gay. Cause a band is a band, but I'd cause I pay for gay.
Rico, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate it. I mean, I see his point. Hard to argue. That you should punch poor people in the face? No, you guys are getting canceled.
Everyone here could have had a much better life if they just accepted my mercy and changed their ways.
Is Goku evil?
Well, I never got that proposition, Kakarot! Oh, hey there, brother. Did you seriously just forget my name? What? No! How could I possibly forget my own brother's name? How have you been, Nappa? Oh my god. I came all the way here looking for answers, and you don't even remember who I am! Wait, what answers? Why is it that you'll bend
Why is
over
he the only one
backwards
in a
trying to
suit?
redeem
Know
every
about
monster you
Robin
meet,
Astolfo
but you never once tried with me? Well, you were kind of a jerk.
What the fuck? Jason, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs. I appreciate it. Blah, blah. Nadia, thank you for the 300 biddies. I appreciate it. Know about Robin Astolfo's thighs. Yeah, I mean, Astolfo's dick has been posted on Twitter. Astolfo's thighs has been posted on Twitter. I think it's gonna be okay. You know, I'm gonna tell my good friend Bao, whenever you get canceled, just remember, you're just like Astolfo, for real, for real. Also, thank you for the 1,000 biddies. I appreciate it. AGEP3 and Weiss Zauber, thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate it. Okay, I just wanted full disclosure, guys. I never watched Dragon Ball Z, not a single episode in my whole entire life, but I will watch this video because I feel like you will enjoy it, and I think I'll enjoy it even though I won't understand what's going on. Zarsol, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Stop gifting subs. I don't know why there's a fucking hype train and fucking... Oh my god. Chatty. It is 6:30.
Lucy P. Hart.
I'm so cooked.
You kidnapped my son. So is Vegeta, Piccolo, the androids.
Stop! Ryoga Hibiki, thank you for the 7 months. Teal Smith, thank you for the 5 gift subs. It's enough slices. Let me watch the fucking Dragon Ball Z video.
Boo! Yet somehow they all got your endless patience and second chances. Hey, I gave you a chance too. And you betrayed me the second I let my guard down. Yeah, okay.
Is there yaoi about these two?
Hey, you're right. I did do that. But I was hoping you'd try a little harder. I'm your brother. Oh, so you were playing hard to get this whole time? You wanted me to chase after you. Yeah.
That's literally yaoi. What the fuck?
Yes, like you did with Vegeta. That man leveled entire cities, and you still kept showing up. Well, you kind of died too fast, you know. Why didn't you revive me? Oh, well, you know how it is.
There's revival in this fucking show?
Dragon Balls have that cooldown period. You've used them 40 times since I died. Okay, true. But we needed them for more important... You wished back Yamcha multiple times! Well, I can't risk reviving you for the chance of you becoming good. You literally let Frieza out of hell! The guy who obliterated our entire race! He's incredibly strong, and we really needed him for that tournament. Why didn't you ask me for the tournament? I'm a Saiyan
Tell
too!
me why I just TV'd this before stream?
Cam Jammerin, that's because you fucking hate me. You don't actually love me. You went and you pre-watched shit before stream when you knew that I was still gonna stream today, even though it was way past my stream time and you probably thought that I would just give up for today, but I'm not like that. I'm strong. I'm strong-willed. I'm a good girl. I love Chatty, and I made a mistake, and that's why I'm here, and I'm making up for it. Thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate it. I will take this mistake and I will get better.
No, your power level was always You brought Krillin! You think I'm stupid? It's just... the timing never really worked out. You had decades.
He hates him, bro. He fucking hates him.
Okay. You want the truth? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I totally forgot you existed. Like, completely wiped from my memory. Until like 30 seconds ago. That's what I thought. You know what the worst part is? I spent years in hell. Actual hell. Thinking about what our lives could have been.
You went to hell?
You just brought me back. Let me stand beside...
All of this lore being presented to me with no fucking context is making Dragon Ball Z sound like the funniest fucking show to ever exist.
Beside you, we could have been a real family. I could have been there for Gohan and Goten, protected them when you were off saving the universe.
Whoa, he doesn't care about his children
Trained
either.
with them, watched them grow up, been the uncle they deserved. Instead,
you're gonna have to
you
be the father.
Erased me, moved on like I was nothing, like I never existed at all. We could have been brothers, real brothers, something our father might have actually been proud of.
I should have been a better brother. Family matters. It really does. I'm gonna fix this, okay? I'll bring you back. First thing tomorrow. I promise. Nappa.
Fuck you! Why would I need to do better when I'm already perfect?
Oh, really? You honestly still believe that?
What do you mean?
You still think you're perfect. I mean, it's been a long time, you know.
What is this species?
We've progressed so much since your final form was supposed to be the ultimate one.
Idiot!
Would it ruin people's childhoods if I said I feel like Dragon Ball Z, since like the proportion of male to female character is so insanely high leaning towards male and they're all like super ripped and strong and big, I feel like a lot of Bara Dojinshi exists of Dragon Ball Z more than any other series.
What do you think I've been doing all those years in hell? Sleeping? I evolved too. Way beyond my final form. Behold,
you have no idea. I just told you I have an idea.
Super perfect cell.
Oh, that's really impressive.
Wow,
I
it's
can
exactly the
sense
same.
That power. You're almost as strong as my Super Saiyan 3. Man, you could have been a real challenge about 10 years ago. Seriously, impressive.
What?
This is so
10
fucking
years
sad.
ago? You mean you've evolved past this form?
Yeah.
Fucking, what the hell even is Dragon Ball Z power scaling, dude? Is it really this ridiculous?
Yeah, to be honest with you.
Good. I expected that. That's exactly why I had to invent this superior form.
For the level 7
Behold,
victory.
Super Divine Prime Perfection Cell.
Oh, cool. This one has divine
Amazon
energy.
Prime.
Reminds me of when I first achieved God Key about 5 years ago. Did you do the ritual or something?
You can act unsurprised, but I bet you didn't see this one coming. Superior, Ultra Divine, God, Hyper Flawless Perfection Cell.
That form could cause some real trouble. For that one random form Future Trunks achieved when we were
fighting. You think you're funny? Fine. How about this? Mega, Giga, Ultra, God, Hyper, Peak, AI-powered, Perfect Perfection Cell, Pro Max!
Well, Yamcha has a new form that could probably rival that one.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Relax. I made that one up. But if I'm being honest, it could probably match Piccolo's new orange form, which is very impressive.
You can't be serious.
I am.
I didn't want to use this one because I haven't fully mastered it yet. But you're forcing my hand.
He's gonna finally
Behold,
overcome him.
Supreme, Ultimate, Limitless, Awaken,
he's
Gear,
gay now.
Fifth, Sharingan, Quantum, Nurmagomedov, Mega, Ultra, Divine, Perfect, Perfection Cell, Full Power, Pro Max!
Okay, now we're talking. I can't pretend this one isn't on our level because it definitely is. This is actually a really serious form. You know what? If there's another tournament of power, I'll definitely consider inviting you. You can come with us and stay ready on the bench in case one of us gets injured.
Fuck you!
Do you truly believe that everyone could become good? Even my kind?
Well, Frieza's kind of starting to do better. He helped a lot during the tournament.
He is definitely not. Plus, my brother's an idiot. He doesn't really count.
You know, Cooler, I've been
voice
thinking.
acting for this video is so good,
Why
I
did
just
King
wanna say.
Cold give his entire empire to Frieza instead of you? Even though you're the older son.
I chose independence. I operate my own territory.
Fact check. King Cold did not simply choose Frieza out of favoritism. According to Cold Force archives, a formal empire-wide vote was held between the two heirs. Participation was mandatory. Results were public. Frieza received 97% of the votes.
I don't need that.
Weird.
Wow.
Why would you leave an already established empire?
I built my own business. Unlike my brother, I'm self-made. I'm not...
Fact check. Cooler claims he is doing better on his own. Our investigation found no evidence of successful planetary conquest. The closest achievement on record is that Cooler purchased multiple stars from BuyAStar.com and renamed them using a numbered system in an apparent attempt to imitate Frieza's planet registry.
Some Nepo baby.
So you managed to run a successful business with only those 3 mid-tier soldiers as your employees.
They're not my employees. They were freelancers, actually.
So you're
Frieza was present and threatening everyone to vote for him. That reminds me of that one scene in R2 Code Geass where Lelouch, like, terrorizes everyone into voting for him. Fact check! Cooler's freelancers were not freelancers. They were Frieza Force soldiers personally summoned by Frieza and informed they would be executed unless they agreed to work for his brother, who was, quote, going through something. After several weeks under Cooler's leadership, all three formally requested execution anyway, stating they would rather die than wear uniforms with only one shoulder pad.
Completely on your
so
own
true.
now.
Yes, and I'm
Stand up
doing
for
way better
yourselves.
like this. Without the headache of managing an empire.
And you have many clients?
I technically have one client, but it's all I need.
He states that he technically has one client. This is accurate. That client is Frieza. Got his ass.
He pays very well.
And do you actually enjoy it?
I actually don't do it anymore. I'm retired. My competitors are paying me to stay out of the market.
Frieza's paying him.
From now on, that's what I'm telling Chi-Chi when she asks why I'm unemployed.
A mortal who dares offer mercy to a deity.
Who is this?
You represent everything that is wrong with this universe.
You can tell this guy is like a Chad on his home planet.
Son Goku.
Man, come on, you're still on that nonsense?
The only thing that doesn't make sense is how we allow filthy mortals to live among us.
What do you mean, we? You know, I'm starting to understand this whole God thing. And honestly, I don't even think you're one.
I am a supreme Kai. My kind created mortals like you.
But you were just a trainee, right? Me and Vegeta train with Whis. Guess that makes us pretty much the same.
We are born filled with divine energy. Mortals merely steal scraps of power.
Everyone's got divine energy now. Me, Vegeta, even Frieza has
stolen power.
Chatty, something tells me this series should have ended a decade ago.
Handed out by incompetent gods who let mortals desecrate
Listen,
it.
I visited the demon realm. Your people are
Oh
just...
my god, my realm?
Guys who got picked for the job. Like Dende. He's the god of Earth now, and he's just a Namekian
The fact
kid.
that a pathetic mortal knows this much is itself a disgrace. The fact that you even get to speak to us.
Oh, I just figured something out. So Kais used to be mortals, and destroyers used to be mortals too, right? So really, mortals are kind of running everything? Like,
Dude,
we
there's a
pick
deep state in
mortals to
Dragon Ball
become
Z
gods,
too.
and then those gods watch over
Dragon Ball
mortals,
Z deep
and then those
state.
mortals become gods. We're basically all just doing it
A
ourselves.
mortal is explaining the divine hierarchy to a god. This is exactly why the Zero Mortals plan was necessary.
I still don't get that plan. What was it even supposed to accomplish?
Eradicate every mortal in existence. Cleanse all the universes of your filth.
Okay, but what about Zeno-sama? How are you going to deal with him?
I wasn't certain he truly existed.
My jaw's on the floor.
I hadn't yet reached that lesson with Master Gawasu, okay?
Hold on. You decided to kill everyone in the entire multiverse before finishing God's
The lesson plan was poorly structured.
So you dropped out and tried to commit multiversal genocide without even knowing the Omni King exists.
I had sufficient knowledge.
Dude, I'm friends with Zeno-sama, the guy you didn't even know was real. I think that makes me more of a god than you ever were.
Well, how's my favorite monkey been keeping himself busy?
Training. Trying to get strong enough to beat you again.
Again? Oh, Goku, that's adorable. But I'm afraid those days are behind us.
What do you mean?
You only ever surpassed me because I never bothered to train. Now that I actually try, you'll never catch up.
Sure I will. I always do.
Listen carefully, Goku. Let's revisit your earlier claim. You say you make people good, that those who accept your mercy become better. Isn't that right?
I love Frieza's voice.
I'd
It's
like
so
to offer
annoying.
a correction. You didn't make me good, Goku. You taught me something far more valuable.
What?
That being good is irrelevant. What matters is appearing good. My entire
So
life
true!
I was honest about what I was.
Dude, he's ready to become a streamer.
A tyrant, a monster. I sold planets, enslaved races, obliterated civilizations.
Oh.
And I never once pretended otherwise.
definitely a streamer.
I wore my villainy like a crown. But you commit comparable atrocities while maintaining this pristine image.
I don't commit atrocities.
Really? How many times have you prioritized a good fight over the safety of others?
Never. I always protect my friends.
I said others, not your friends.
I don't know what you mean.
Yes, you can play dumb and naive all you want,
What do you mean? The only people are my friends.
but I know you. You know exactly what you're doing.
I'm not perfect, but you'd be wrong if you think I'm trying to show I'm something I'm not.
Well, yes, that's the beauty of it. Even you believe it. That's what I learned. It's enough to simply believe you're the good guy, to believe that what you're doing is righteous. There's power in that. That power is why you beat me. It doesn't actually matter if what you're doing is good or bad. What matters is what you show people. And when you're skilled at it, what matters is what you make people believe. And when you're an expert at it, like you, it's what you make yourself believe.
I really thought you were on the right track after the tournament.
You didn't make me good, Goku. You made me better. A better villain.
Is Frieza
You
a
showed
lean
me that
chud?
power isn't just physical. It's perception, reputation, influence. Why conquer planets through brute force when you can do it through other means?
What are you planning?
Planning? I'm not planning anything. I'm simply existing, Goku. Training, observing, learning from the best teacher I ever had. You.
I'm not your teacher!
Oh, but you are. You taught me that consequences don't matter if people like you. You taught me that recklessness is acceptable if you frame it correctly. You taught me that the line between hero and villain is simply a matter of presentation. And here's the most delicious irony. I don't even care about defeating you anymore. You're not the goal, Goku. You're simply the benchmark. The proof that I've learned my lesson. When I achieve what I'm working toward...
Why is he fucking cooking him?
See exactly what your mercy created.
What does that mean?
It means thank you, Goku, for teaching me that the universe doesn't punish monsters. It punishes honest ones. Oh, you...
Wait. I thought this was supposed to just be like a funny video. Why did... Why do I feel like my fucking brain chemistry got changed? What the hell? The world doesn't punish monsters, Chatty. It punishes honest ones. Oh my god. Should I watch Dragon Ball Z? This might have just convinced me. Yeah, why did Raditz actually put his whole heart into that speech? I guess that was the voice actor's name. Why was that so fucking... Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm changed forever. I am changed forever. Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this one first, but I will watch this one first. Learning the alphabet with I can't say that name.
Is for
bullshit.
C is for
Come with me if you want to live.
So true.
D is for
Dylan!
Dylan!
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch! Wow, he's so good at acting.
F.
What is this? Are you challenging me, Frieza? I would never challenge Frieza. He would blow my shit to smithereens.
Is for
Fine chariot, but where are the horses?
G.
How did they even find that clip?
Chopper!
Get to the chopper!
Is for
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, Chatty.
I is for
I'll be back.
J is for
Jesus, Marge, what the fuck?
K.
Who is messaging me? Stop it! I'm talking to Chatty! Sorry, let me turn on Do Not Disturb. For for an hour. Okay. Okay.
Is for
We're so bad.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
L is for
Lucy Pyre.
Lied.
N is for
Mac.
N is for
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kim left to go to the bathroom. Nothing.
O is for
One ugly motherfucker.
Oh, we watched that movie, Chatty.
Put that
We did.
cookie down! Now!
Q is for
Quick, because my horse is getting tired.
R is for
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
What the hell?
Is for
Sure. Here's my invitation.
T is for
Talk to the hand.
U.
He's so bad at acting. I can't believe in Hollywood they used to just hire people because they were doing steroids.
Is for
He had to split.
V is for
Very hungry.
W is for
Wrong.
Wrong.
X is for
X is not a real letter.
Y is for
You're fired.
What the fuck?
Z is for
Zero! Now! Plain zero!
Wow. Thanks to the Chatty who sent this to me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate his acting. He's a celebrity the likes of Tommy Wiseau. Wow, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Okay, I'm in.
Excellent work, Lynn.
Zelda, but it's a modern game.
Never doubted you for a second.
Well,
Oh my god.
praise coming from you.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Don't get carried away now. You got a lot of work to do.
Oh my
You're on.
god.
I'll call you if I need anything.
You got it.
Who? Wait. Who's the comms? Who is the comms?
Work
to do.
You're right. I'll call you if you need anything.
You got it.
Who is that?
Any enemies that you fight, you can see their information on the start screen.
I
There's a
can't.
gold skeleton nearby.
Link, there's a gold skeleton nearby.
I can't.
Make sure you get that gold skeleton.
Oh, I've got a gold skeleton. Nice.
There should be
I
a chest
can't.
nearby.
I can't do
I can see a
this.
chest nearby.
When you get near a chest, remember to press A to open.
Nice. Small key. Nice.
Good work. You got a small key, Link. Remember to use that small key to open up a door with the small key.
Fuck it out. The key should work on this door.
Link, you don't need to worry about using keys on those doors. If you need me, give me a call.
Link, be careful! Remember, any enemies that you fight, you can
Is this why new games are so overstimulating?
see their information on the start screen.
You doing okay, Link?
This place gives me the creeps.
Link, the 4 ghosts have taken the 4 flames of Glomban. You must find them.
The
Call
4
me if you
flames
need
of
me.
Glombum.
Link, there's a gold
I
skeleton.
can sense a skeleton nearby.
This really is ADHD maxing. This is what your brain sounds like when you have ADHD, but just like naturally.
Make sure to collect that gold skeleton. The more gold skeletons you collect, the more gold skeletons you'll have.
Nice.
Link, you've acquired
The more gold skeletons you collect, the more gold skeletons you'll have.
15 gold skeletons.
True!
Acquire 10 more and
Truth,
you'll
nuke,
unlock-
bro!
There's an enemy! Remember, any enemies that you fight, you can see their information.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Link, be careful! There are enemies!
You're just like us, Link. A killer who just refugees.
That's one down.
Remember, any enemies that you fight, you can see their information on the start screen.
How do I stop it? How do I make it stop?
And that's the second one down.
Great job, Link. You've unlocked a new chest to use. Call me if you need me.
Call me if
Nice.
you need me. Call me if you need me. Call me if you need me. Check the start screen for monster information. Check the start screen for monster information.
Small key.
Nice, a small key.
Link, you got a
Nice.
small key. Nice work.
Watch out, an enemy! Remember, any enemies that you fight, you can see their information on the start screen.
What the skeleton warrior said to me.
I can't do this anymore.
It's troubling. Damn, they're just like me. War is bad.
Man, they're just like me. War is bad. War never changes. We're all fighting for something, man. Spatial piano deep? Yeah, deep state! Fucking got him! Oh my god, this is the deep state stream. Todd and Aaron's Game Awards 2025. Oh, that was last year. Wow, can you believe that? Okay. Oh. Credit mod and training.
We're back, baby.
What's up, baby?
Oh, Todd and Aaron's Game Award 2025. Let's do it.
I miss when videos were unironically edited like this.
Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Dude, the story, all the fantasy elements. Yo, you fight a giant in this one. This is like my new Final Fantasy. Worst game of the year. Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Terrible. I didn't play it.
I didn't play it
I didn't
either.
play it, but it sucked.
Everyone who's playing it telling me how they're crying and shit.
If I wanted to cry at something French, I'd watch Rugrats in Paris again.
Think Chucky dies?
I'd watch miserable lesbians. That's what I'd watch.
That one.
The Chucky death scene.
That's sad as shit.
That f***er's dead. Video game that made me cry.
Death Stranding 2.
No,
He's right there,
so
like, taking my
sad.
dick out.
I weep at the thought of him getting misted by my piss spray. And he's probably smelling my nuts. The thought
Daddy,
of him
what would
getting
you do
misted
if you
by-
woke up and Norman Reedus and Norman Reedus was looking at you exactly like this, and then you felt a heat on your crotch and you realized he was straddling you? What
my
then?
piss spray, and he's probably smelling my nuts.
Most anticipated game.
Nintendo Virtual Boy.
Yo, Nintendo's going into VR now.
Future gaming is here.
Is this real?
Sony
No, it's not,
finally
right?
got
That's
a
a joke?
game.
Despalote.
Oh, it's about time.
Despalote.
Best game character of the
Despalote.
year.
Darth Vader.
He's saying racial slurs and shit. I knew Darth Vader was evil, but this guy is fucked up.
I just can't believe they got James Earl Jones to say all that shit, dude.
Star Wars is branching out, man. They're not just gonna blow up your planet. They're gonna call you the N-word.
Most f***ed up video game character. Diddy.
Oh my god, that little shit did all that?
Rot in jail forever, you little bitch.
With all that baby oil and shit. Who knows what he did to Whiz Pig? Saddest ending.
Xbox.
Damn. That's over. Game that reminds me of my kids!
Wait, is Donkey Kong not on an island?
Nightmares! 3!
I'm
Game
noticing.
I finally played that sucked! Undertale!
Yeah, finally gave it a shot.
I'm fucking noticing.
Nope. Best horror game of the year!
Ghost of Yotai!
So true, so true. Hydration.
Baby steps! Give it to your kids for Christmas!
Yeah, it's got cuddly animals.
I fucking hated that game. Fucking hated that game.
Lawyers are looking into!
Drywall eating simulator. Interesting likeness on this character design. What
Huh.
I'm gonna sue the shit out of
It
this
actually
guy.
does look exactly like him. It actually does,
Enjoy
for
the
real.
free plug, by the way. I hope you can develop some indie titles from your cell toilet.
You thought I wouldn't find you?
We found you, f***er.
And now it's time to leave the world
Wait,
of
is this
video
a
games
secret
and go
plug?
outside the box and say, best president of all time who we love and adore and will defend anything he says.
Hiroki Totoki from Sony.
Oh, you know what? We actually went outside the box, so we're not doing video games anymore.
Oh, well then move that earlier in the video. Best movie of the year.
Him. Movie
Just wipe some sweat off my brow.
that could have been 2 movies.
Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. My God, this was long. Fuck, do like a wicked thing. Split
Make
this
it
into
2.
2.
I had to pee so bad.
Happiest movie of the year.
Weapons.
Those little shitty kids
Wait, that's a movie?
ran away in the middle
Oh,
of
right,
the
it is.
Thank God. I got
Is
a
it
little
good? Should I
afraid
watch
they would
it?
come back at the end, so I walked out. Why ruin a good thing?
Biggest missed opportunity.
The Amazon space flight. God, dude, they sent 6 women into space.
Wait, is that the Katy Perry? Is that the... They doing performative moon visits now?
No, man.
Jeff, where was my phone call?
Katy Perry got so lonely up there that when she came back to Earth, she started dating a dude who did blackface. Katie, I was right here. You saw what James Earl Jones called me, right?
Worst band of the year.
Coldplay.
Yo, why are you blowing up this guy's
Did you guys remember this shit? Do you guys fucking remember this shit? This is the craziest fucking thing ever. They were at a Coldplay concert, and they were on a fucking affair, and they were on a date, and their entire fucking family found out about it from this fucking clip going viral.
Trying to get laid. Every dude at this show is. Duh.
Group of people that need to be deported.
La-boo-boo.
Yeah, if you got one of those.
True.
See ya.
Most embarrassing boner.
K-pop demon hunter.
Oh, I am sorry.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed.
About that again. I love that they do these theater sing-alongs.
Yeah.
But I did ruin it, and I admit that. But
Imagine
if
that sushi roll was my dick.
For just showing grace. I wasn't gonna like jack off or anything. It's just these things happen.
Most controversial Sydney Sweeney commercial.
Meg Ryan busting a nut at the deli. We watched Meg Ryan rub one out.
Oh, did
then
we?
It cuts to Sydney Sweeney.
You picked the
That
wrong
is stupid.
actress.
Yeah, that is stupid.
Dang,
So
everyone
true. So
got
true.
wrong.
A Jet 2 holiday.
Nothing beats this.
Hello?
A guy fell down in mud? Nothing beats that? I've had a trip that beat that. Oh, yo, I went to Cabo. Biggest inspiration!
Bill Belichick.
God, he's dating someone 50 years younger than him.
Yo, respect.
I'm gonna date someone 50.
I can't wait for Leonardo DiCaprio to hit like 80 and he's in a nursing home and he has like a new 22-year-old girlfriend.
Years younger than me. That'd be like dating my sperm if I jacked off 10 years
She'll
from now.
be the chosen one. She's getting the
sounded bad
fucking
as
life
I say
insurance
it.
policy.
Meanest person of the year,
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh my God, dude, what did Drake do?
So true. It's so mean. And then he was like, "Hey Drake, I heard you like him young." What did he mean by that?
The Super Bowl, let's have fun. Why do you gotta be negative?
Kindness, take part, bitch.
Also, I'm looking around the field. I think you forgot the white people.
Most horrifying TV show.
Severance.
Yo, you telling me this guy fucks the hottest girl on the show and then doesn't remember it?
He forgets every time he goes in the elevator. Is that what elevators do? I'm taking the stairs.
Show that sounds like a bad idea.
Alien Earth. God,
True,
dude, we got enough problems on this fucking planet. We gotta bring an alien down
This is
here.
actually
Coral
true. This is
Reef
true.
Dying and
forests are getting chopped down. Now we gotta worry about fucking aliens.
Can't we just have some good news?
What about some good news? And finally,
the moment you all been waiting for, funniest joke of the year.
Lucy Pyre.
6, 7.
Cinema. 7! Yes, 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 yes! 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7! I love 6, 7! I love 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7! Yay! This is my favorite video ever. Thank you so much, Chatty, for showing this. I love 6, 7, 6, 7. 6, 7.
6, 7.
6, 7.
6, 7.
6, 7. Everyone knows it. 6, 7. 6, 7.
6, 7.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. That's y'all! That's you guys! Oh, God. No!
6, 7.
Are they gonna do it?
But you've got to be like 14 to understand this.
They kind of got his ass. They died making this video? That's crazy. What a fucking peak video. That shit changed my life. All of these videos are changing my life. AAA development versus a bag of chips? No. We gotta watch a long one, okay? It's been long enough. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to watch this and attempt to understand it. Every Fate series explained in 25 minutes is kind of fucking crazy, though.
Fate Stay Night is the iconic title that laid the foundation for the Fate franchise and paved the way for Fate's large catalog of spin-off media,
Right, I love
anime,
Fate Stay
manga,
Night.
video games, and
It's the only one I've seen to this day, just so you know. So when I say that I'm a Fate fan, I am talking only about this fucking anime right here. I only know Saber's route. That's it.
much more. Developed by Type Moon in 2004, written by Nasu Kinoko, and illustrated by Takeuchi Takashi, Fate Stay Night tells a story of epic proportions, an all-out battle royale between 7 mages and their summoned servants, heroic spirits from ancient history and myth, fighting for a chance to obtain the Holy Grail, a magical artifact that will make any wish come true. Unfortunately, Shiro Emiya, one ordinary high school student, stumbles upon this war on accident and gets attacked by a servant, but
why is he posed like this? Why are his legs, why is he man-spreading while standing? I didn't even know that was possible.
right as he's about to be killed, he's somehow able to summon his own servant, Saber, to fight and survive. Fate Stay Night is an eroge visual novel in which the game branches off into 3 different story routes the reader can choose from. Fate, Unlimited...
You know what? Why do we have to call games eroge just if they feature a little bit of porn inside of it? Especially when the porn takes up like 1% of the content and 99% of it is completely unrelated to porn. Explain this to me. Why is Fate Stay Night a fucking eroge when deep down inside it's just an epic novel where they happen to have sex? Can you imagine if Game of Thrones was turned into a fucking visual novel and people were calling that shit an eroge because they have sex? Ridiculous! It's a peak game. It's a kamige. It is not an eroge.
Bladeworks, and Heavensfield, each one having different event developments that happen in the Holy Grail War. Each story route explores different aspects of Shiro's ideals, exploring themes of heroism and the value of one's own ideals. Each of the routes also focuses on a central heroine that acts as Shiro's partner.
Let me tell you what these all are for, okay? So, Saber is if you are pure of heart and soul. She's if you're a good person, then you want to be with Saber, right? Rin Tosaka is if you're a bad person. You're a bad person, and you just like it when women are mean to you, and you like it when they slap you around. That's who Rin is for. Now Sakura, have you ever met a girl and she's so pathetic and her life is so fucking bad and everything that's ever happened to her is just the most horrific shit and like you can't control your impulse to save her and you just want to save her so bad? That's Sakura. So in order, good person, bad person, I can fix her.
Throughout the story, Saber, an enchanted swordswoman, ultimately revealed to be Altria Pendragon,
So
historically
fucking
the legendary
pig.
King Arthur. Rin, an expert
The only British woman I will ever love.
mage prodigy, and Sakura, a warm, friendly underclassman. Fate Stay Night
What
stands
does
as
it
one of the
mean
most
when I just
iconic
want
visual
to be
novels of
what?
all time, well beloved and critically acclaimed by many readers and fans, which eventually led to many anime adaptations.
What does it mean when I just want to be? That means that you should be in love with Lucy Pyre because everybody should be in love with Lucy Pyre. She's truly the tuber for everyone.
The 2006 Fate Stay Night TV anime series by Studio Dean, which adapts the Fate route, the 2010 Unlimited Blade Works movie by Studio Dean, the 2014 Unlimited Blade Works TV anime series by UFO Table, and the Heaven...
Why does Rin get everything, bro? They left my girl Saber in the fucking dust. They haven't made shit for her in forever. Fuck you, Rin.
Heavensfield movie trilogy by UFO Table. These series are the main story anime adaptations, however there are a couple of spin-off series that involve the main Fate Stay Night cast, such as Today's Menu for the Emiya
Yeah,
family,
she is
a
the Pikachu
lighthearted
of Fate.
slice-of-life manga series about Shiro cooking for his friends and neighbors, and Carnival Phantasm, a comedic parody anime that has the cast of Fate Stay Night
Because Rin is the best girl? Do you seriously want me to fucking ban you?
and Tsukihime interact together in a variety of situations.
How did they leave her in the dust? There's like 40 versions of Saber? Yeah! All of it in fake grand order! Now go fucking gamble your money away! Piss your fucking money down the fucking sink if you want her! Fuck you! Make a real anime about her! Remake Fate Stay Night now! No!
While there are many discussions about how to get into the Fate franchise, wondering where to start, most fans can agree that reading the original visual novel is the most ideal way to start. There is a remastered version of Fate Stay Night released for PC and the Nintendo Switch. Fate Hollow Ataraxia is a visual novel developed by Type Moon, released in 2005 as a continuation to Fate Stay Night. This is so much shit I've never heard of before. While the sequel fan disc explores more of the Fate cast in a more lighthearted slice-of-life nature and setting, it also tells a serious story about Shiro, Bazette Fraga McRimitz, and her servant Avenger, as they find themselves trapped in a time loop. Fate Hollow Ataraxia takes place 8 months after the events of Fate Stay Night, in which the story reflects multiple timelines at once, where all of the major events from all 3 routes of Fate Stay Night happened, while also not being any singular one of them. Here, the story allows the reader to experience a wide variety of scenarios featuring the main cast of Fate Stay Night.
Can I ask a question that might change the way you look at me forever?
Here, the story allows the reader to experience a wide variety of
Ilya and Berserker. Does anyone else wanna... Deeble, thank you for the 18 months. Does anyone else, like... Berserker and Ilya, does anyone... No? Thank you for the raid, Lunaris. Welcome in. No? Okay.
Scenarios featuring the main cast of Fate Stay Night not involved in a Holy Grail War. Such events include Saber learning how to swim, Lancer casually fishing, and Shiro going on dates with the heroines. While these scenarios are largely non-serious and are meant for fun fan service, they do also explore certain characters more in depth, individuals who didn't get much story coverage in the original story. The game is split into 2 parts. Daytime scenes focus on slice-of-life content, while the nighttime scenes advance the main plot. An important note is that while Fate Hollow Ataraxia is considered a continuation of Fate Stay Night, as commented on by Nasu, it's best not to think about it in regards to its place in the canon timeline.
He's like, just don't think about it, bro. Turn your fucking brain off and consume the content. Just consume. Shut up.
There is a remastered version of Fate Hollow Ataraxia released for PC and the Nintendo Switch. Fate Zero is the prequel to Fate Stay Night, originally released as a light novel released in 2006, written by Gen Urobuchi, with illustrations by Takashi Takeuchi. Set 10 years before the events of Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero depicts the 4th Holy Grail War in Fuyuki City. Here, the story follows the origins of certain influential characters from Fate Stay Night, examples being Shiro's adopted father, Kiritsugu Emiya, and Kirei Kotomine. Fate Zero began when Takashi Takeuchi suggested a prequel to Gen Urobuchi. Urobuchi agreed to write the story, while Nasu Kinoko supervised the characters and overall plot. The story of Fate Zero takes on a more darker, grittier tone, while also setting the foundation for Fate Stay Night's event.
Isn't this guy like massively traumatized?
Through its large ensemble cast, Fate Zero explores each character's personal philosophies, principles, and ambitions that fuel the desire for the Holy Grail. While both Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night explore the nature of heroism, Fate Zero takes a different approach to the idea, by showcasing Kiritsugu's ruthless battlefield tactics.
It's like, guys, remember when we said that people die when they are killed in Fate Stay Night? Well, this is about the guy who likes it that people die when they are killed.
Driven by his extreme utilitarian beliefs. This ends up creating tension with his servant Saber due to her noble ideas and way of fighting. The story also highlights Kirei Kotomine's ongoing struggle with his inner emptiness and lack of purpose, pursuing Kiritsugu in the process, someone he sees as possessing the same type of feelings. Fate Zero later received an anime adaptation by Ufotable in 2011. Fate Extra is a 2010 dungeon crawling RPG developed by Type Moon.
I'm not playing this. I'm not playing this, okay? I'm not playing it. You can't make me play it just because there's a Saber and she's hot and her name is Nero. You're not, I won't do it.
In Image Epoch and published by Marvelous Entertainment. Fate Extra diverges from the traditional Fate formula by setting the Holy Grail War into a cyber-digital world in its own parallel universe.
Oh my god,
Fate Extra was
SAO.
written by Nasu Kinoko with character designs by Takashi Takeuchi and Arko Wada. Set in a virtual world known as the Moon Cell Automaton, players assume the role of an amnesiac protagonist canonized as Hakuno Kishinami, who is forced to fight in the Moon Cell's Holy Grail War, a dueling tournament involving 128 masters and their summoned servants, fighting for the possession of the Moon Cell, alternatively known as the Holy Grail of the Moon. Players have the option to select between 3 different servants that will accompany them on their journey. Nero Claudius, the infamous Roman emperor, Tamamo...
Yo, y'all see
3
that?
different servants that will accompany them on their journey.
That's a camel hoof.
Claudius, the infamous Roman emperor, Tamamo no Mae, a legendary Japanese fox spirit, and Nameless, a heroic spirit embodied...
Who could that be? Who could that be? Who's that?
Justice. The gameplay revolves around dungeon exploration and features a rock, paper, scissors style battle system where players must predict and counter enemy actions and behaviors. Outside of the dungeon, Fate Extra operates like a traditional RPG with visual novel elements where the player must gather data on their opponent and raise their affinity with their own servant. Fate Extra's themes tackles the brutal struggle of survival while also following Hakuno's journey to uncover their own forgotten identity and their purpose for fighting in this digital Holy Grail War. Fate Extra would eventually go on to have its own dedicated series of games in the Extra timeline. Fate Extra has a 2018 anime adaptation by Shaft known as Fate Extra Last Encore.
Can I just say Shaft is a really funny name for an animation studio? Yeah, let's name it Shaft. Exactly what we want our viewers to be gripping mid-watch.
It is very highly recommended to read Fate Extra before watching Last Encore, as the anime has its own original storyline based on the game. Fate Extra also has a remake in the works in the form of Fate Extra Record, with updated visuals and gameplay. Fate Extra CCC is a 2013 dungeon crawling RPG and is the sequel/spin-off companion game to Fate Extra.
That's a lot of fucking games for just that one little spin-off. That's a spin-off of a spin-off.
Installment presents a more psychologically complex story to Fate that explores themes of love, sexuality, repressed desires, and the hidden aspects of one's personality. During the events of Fate Extra, Hakuno Kishinami and their servant are abruptly transported to the far side of the moon, a distorted dimension within the moon cell. Here, the rules of the Holy Grail War no longer apply, and they must navigate a place called the Sakura Labyrinth, a mysterious maze ruled by Bibi, a rogue AI that hacked the moon cell's core systems. It is important to note that the events of Fate Extra CCC—
Just a little more. Wait for me. I'm coming for right now. Master. Okay.
Occurred during the 5th tournament round of the original Fate Extra's Holy Grail War, creating a parallel story that runs alongside the original game's timeline. Fate Extra CCC centers around exploring the Sakura Labyrinth, where each floor is a manifestation of the desires of the dedicated floor guardian.
Wait, she looks like a VTuber. Like, she deadass looks like a VTuber, whoever this girl is right here.
Their servant. As Hakuno makes their way through the dungeon, they will force the floor guardian to confront their own repressed emotions and inner secrets, breaking the walls they have built to stop Hakuno's progress. Fate Extra CCC has the same game mechanics as Fate Extra, with additional changes and improvements. Gilgamesh is also introduced as a new servant for the player to choose from. While Fate Extra CCC introduces Bibi as its primary antagonist, it also introduces the Sakura 5, separated aspects of Bibi's ego that have split off as independent entities, manifesting under the new servant class Alter Ego. There is also a manga based on the game called Fate Extra CCC Foxtail, which tells the story of an alternative route of Extra CCC that focuses on Castor as Hakuno's servant and explores the connection between Tamamo no Mae and Amaterasu. This story includes planned elements that were ultimately cut from the original game. It is important to note that Extra CCC was never officially released outside of Japan, making it one of the least accessible entries in the Fate franchise.
But it's accessible to me! Evil fucking laughter. Holy shit! Is this a fucking NTR game? Why is she posed like that with Gilgamesh in the back and like face mogging you? Fucking smirking. Is this a fucking NTR game? What the hell? Type mode virgin white box? That's why it never left Japan.
For international audiences. However, there is a complete unofficial fan translation available to read. Fate Extella: The Umbral Star is a 2016 action game developed and published by Marvelous and written by Nasu Kinoko and Hikaru Sakurai. Here, Fate Extra moves away from its turn-based rock, paper, scissors gameplay and becomes a Muso action game featuring dynamic combat against
Bring back
massive numbers of
turn-based.
enemies. Set in an alternative ending to the events of Fate Extra, the game explores the following aftermath of the Holy Grail War within the Moon Cell. Hakuno Kishinami and their servant Nero Claudius are the victors of the war and have been given control over the Regalia, a control device that grants power over the Moon Cell. However, it appears that the Regalia has been split into 3 pieces along with Hakuno, separating them into 3 digital avatars: mind, soul, and body. Each fragment—
Why did the artist draw them as if they are amputated? Like from the elbow.
Along with Hakuno,
in both of them.
separating them into 3 digital avatars: mind, soul, and body. Each fragment of Hakuno and the Regalia ends up in the hands of 3 different servants: Nero Claudius, Tamamo no Mae, and a mysterious new servant, Altera. Meanwhile, both the Moon Cell and Earth face the impending arrival of Velber, the Umbral Star, a cosmic threat with the power to bring total destruction. The story is told in 3 different perspectives, each one focusing on a different Hakuno and their dedicated servant. While Nero and Tamamo's campaign show the both of them increasing their bond with Hakuno while investigating the situation, Altera's campaign largely focuses on her complicated and conflicting circumstances. It is only after completing the 3 campaigns that the player is able to unlock the true route, which reveals the full secrets and the hidden mastermind behind Fate Extella's event.
Okay, but is there sex in these, or at least romance? Because I'm confused. It's funny to me how Fate Stay Night begins as a visual novel where each girl has a route, and then it feels like they're getting further and further away from that. But is there, you know, love?
A big notable point of Fate Extella is the lore details surrounding Safar, an ancient alien life form that arrived on Earth in the Moon Cell 1400 years ago to harvest and destroy human civilization. Another important detail is the concept of the quantum time lock, a mechanism in the Fate universe that governs the preservation and pruning of parallel world timelines. Fate Extella Link is the direct sequel to Fate Extella and continues to build upon the Fate Extella story while refining the Muso combat gameplay.
What year was this released? Because this reminds me of that one Fire Emblem character who looked like actual Colgate instead of my Colgate Light. They were like Colgate Supreme or Colgate Premium. And it feels like they made this and then Fire Emblem should have learned from that to never do it again.
and adding more
they did it
servants to the
anyway?
roster. The story takes place immediately after the events of Fate Extella, where the Saber servant Charlemagne is summoned to help take down the latest threat to the Moon Cell, the legendary Karl the Grobe and his army of corrupt servants. Here, Fate Extella Link offers a more streamlined story and gameplay and strongly highlights the bond between the player and their servants. There are 3 routes with 27 stages between them, each representing different events leading up to Karl the Grobe's defeat. Throughout all the different routes of the game, Karl the Grobe's true intentions and motivations are revealed alongside his connection with Charlemagne. Fate Apocrypha is a 2012 light novel series written by Yuichi.
Do you know who Charlemagne is, Lucy? He's, a guy from history who existed.
Shiro Higashide and illustrated by Otosugu Konoe. Set in an alternative timeline, the Holy Grail was suddenly stolen from Fuyuki City during the Third Holy Grail War. Many years later, the Yugi the Millennia clan openly declares their separation from the Mages Association and their possession of the Holy Grail.
The anime does a horrible job of explaining anything that's going on around it, though.
Mages Association dispatches their magi to retrieve it, only to be slaughtered by a servant summoned by the head of the family. This event sets the stage for a grand, large-scale battle between the 2 factions, each side summoning 7 servants to battle in a new kind of Holy Grail War, called the Great Holy...
I also liked Alexander the Great, and I don't think he's in this one, but I also liked Achilles. That shit was fire.
Grail War. While the story depicts the ongoing fight between the Yugi the Millennia clan and the Mages Association, referred to as the Black and Red factions respectively, it also tells the story of Sieg, an escaped homunculus who eventually becomes his own self-aware, self-realized individual who is...
Me, Astolfo, crying! He's like, no! My gay sex!
Unfortunate participation in the war conflict. Fate Apocrypha takes its time to explore each of its expansive cast of characters and their individual wishes and personal regrets in life, while also detailing its over-the-top battles. A couple of the featured servants in Fate Apocrypha are Siegfried, Astolfo, Mordred, and Karna. This also includes the unique ruler-class servant, John.
I like Mordred, she cute.
The Ark, who serves as the overseer of the Great Holy Grail War. Fate Apocrypha has a 25-episode anime series produced by A1 Pictures in 2017. Fate Lost Enhayard is a light novel series written by Hikaru Sakurai and illustrated by Shiro Miya. This series takes place 10 years after the events of Fate Apocrypha.
I don't care if she's hot, that's all she fucking has going for her. She's sexually attractive and she makes my penis stand up. But for me, no. I am cultured. That's not enough. That's not enough.
Lamina Yugmillennia, as she participates in the double subcategory Holy Grail War. In this Holy Grail War, each master has a pair of servants that team up to face other masters and their respective servant duos. Lamina's servants are Ragnar, the king of Vikings, and Aslaug, the last of the Valkyries, as well as the daughter of Brunhilde and Sigurd. The running conflict is that while these 2 heroic spirits are historically husband and wife, Aslaug does not remember her relationship with Ragnar in the present day. Currently, there is only 1 volume of Fate Lost Enhayard published with an English fan translation for the first volume out. Fate Lost Enhayard is also the first Fate series to have a colon in the title instead of a full.
This one looks terrible, I'm not gonna lie. It's just a vibe. This one looks like it's not good.
/ Fate Prototype is an early draft of what would eventually...
Obviously, I need to play this one if it has a playable anything because it was supposed to be an otome, but it never became an otome.
Eventually become Fate Stay Night. Originally written by Nasa Kinoko during high school.
Look at that. This would have been so fucking peak. Like, genuinely, I'm happy with the way it turned out, but I can't believe we almost got peak and ultimate. We were robbed.
Fate Prototype would undergo several changes before it was transformed into the version of Fate Stay Night we know today. Many core ideas of Fate Stay Night are still present, but the gender roles, tone, and characters are completely different. Instead of Shiro Emiya, the protagonist is—
Now that's a real fucking femcel, by the way. Like, he was really about to write peak fucking otome and give us a real femcel character that nobody would be sexually attracted to. Like, I could finally self-insert. It could be the first time ever, but nope, we didn't get it.
A girl named Aika Saijo, and instead of Saber being female, Saber is male, revealed to be Arthur Pendragon.
That's really fucking crazy, dude. Imagine Arthur Pendragon being put into an anime and then they make him a man. Like, what? That's so baka. What?
Fate Prototype has 2 dedicated media, a short anime OVA released in 2011, and a light novel prequel series, Fate Prototype Fragments of Sky Silver, released in 2014, written by Hikaru Sakurai. The light novel was later adapted into a drama CD and a manga. The Fate Prototype OVA is a short animation of the original Fate concept, showing off Arthur Pendragon and prototype versions of Gilgamesh and
At least they changed Gilgamesh's design. He's so chopped here. He's so chopped. He looks like he's going Saiyan, which is good if you're a Saiyan, but it's not good if you're not a Saiyan. Lancer always looks good, though. I love Lancer. He always looks good.
Kalane. Fragments of Sky Silver tells the story of the first Tokyo Holy Grail War, in which a young Aika Saijo remains unaware of a Holy Grail War taking place, while her older sister Monica is one of the chosen masters, summoning Saber as her servant. Here, the story features servants like Arash, Brynhilde, and Ozymandias. There's also a side story of Fate Prototype called Fate Labyrinth, which serves as a tie-in between Volume 4 and 5 of the novel. novels. Fate-colored liner Prisma Ilia is a 2007 spin-off manga series written and illustrated by—
I need to watch this anime so bad. It's so me-coded, and yet the reason I haven't watched it is because I'm a doom scroller.
By Hiroshi Hiroyama, a Fate title set in an alternative universe where Ilya von Eisenberg from Fate Stay Night becomes a magical girl. In a chance meeting with a magical talking wand named Kaleidostick Ruby, Ilya is chosen to become a magical girl and help Ruby and Rin find and locate the 7
This girl is so fucking evil. The only way you can stop her is making her a magical girl.
class cards scattered across the city, magical items that hold the essence of legendary heroic spirits. While some people see Prisma Ilia as a magical girl comedic slice-of-life series infamously known for its scenes of young girls kissing each other, Prisma Ilia also carries itself as a very serious magical girl story. Here, the story continues to embody and even expand on Fate Stay Night's original ideas of fighting
Madoka Magica if the writers weren't pussies.
for one's own ideals and the extent of sacrifice. It also mixes in familiar ideas and thematic messages of the magical girl genre, such as the strength and willpower of a young girl who strives to save everyone. This is best shown through Ilya's growing relationship between another magical girl with a mysterious past named Miu Edefeld and her own sister, Kuro von Eisenberg. While there are plenty of comedic slice-of-life moments named Miu Edefeld and her own sister—
That's her sister? Nani?
Kuro von Eisenberg. While there are plenty of comedic slice-of-life moments in Prisma Ilia, it also contains very dramatic, emotional moments between its characters, as well as very flashy action battle
It's complicated?
sequences as well.
Kinda. Question mark? Dude, I thought this video was supposed to explain the series to me. Why do I have even more fucking questions now, chatty?
Prisma Ilia has an anime adaptation
What
in
have
the
you
form
done?
of the Prisma Ilia TV series and movies. Fate Type Redline is a 2019 manga written and illustrated by Hirano Ryoji, a title in the Fate franchise that focuses on the Guda Guda servants and their involvement in a Holy Grail war set during World War II.
Peak.
The story follows Kanata Akagi, a teenage boy from a declining mage family that wants to live an ordinary life. While going through his late grandmother's belongings, he accidentally activates a magical hourglass that sends him into the past. There, he accidentally summons Saber, and quickly realizes that the situation he's currently in reflects a historical light novel based upon real events that depicts an epic battle between supernatural beings in the imperial capital of Tokyo in the middle of war. Fate Type Redline is also known as a revised, more serious version of the gag manga Fate Koha Ace by Kei Kenshi. This series takes place in the world of Guda Guda, a parallel world not directly connected to any other Fate work. While the servants remain the same, Fate Type Redline replaces the Fate Koha Ace masters with brand new characters.
It is Isekai,
A couple of the most well-known servants that appear are Okada Soji and Oda Nobunaga. They are commonly referred to as Guda Guda servants in relation to Fate Grand Order, as they have their own special events that features them and the other characters.
And you're gonna tell me that that Nobunaga is a girl, despite having the most... Like, that's a more masculine design than Astolfo. So if you put Nobunaga and Astolfo together, what do you get?
In Fate Koha Ace. In Fate Koha Ace and Fate Grand Order, they are shown to be comedic gag characters, but in Type Redline, some of them are instead shown to be cold-blooded and extremely violent in here. Fate Type Redline is an action story that subtly comments on the potential consequences of war and its irreversible effect on people and society, as well as how magic and magecraft only makes it worse. There are 5 manga volumes—
Nobunaga is kind of both. Let me stop you right there. I don't want to know. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
A Fate Type Redline currently out at the time of this video with a fan translation ongoing. Fate Samurai Remnant is a 2023 action RPG developed by Koei Tecmo Games with Type Moon supervising the project. This title is a fresh take on the Fate formula, combining the historical lore of Edo Japan with fast-paced action combat and exploration. Set in the late Edo period, Iori Miyamoto, a young samurai and adopted son of Musashi Miyamoto, finds himself involved in the Waxing Moon Ritual, a type of Holy Grail war where 7 masters and their heroic spirits fight amongst each other for the Waxing Moon, a holy artifact similar to the Holy Grail. The main core staff involved with Semi-Remnant is Yuichiro Higashide, Hikaru Sakurai, and Rei Wataru. In the game, the player takes control of Iori and fights alongside his saber servant, revealed to be Yamato Takeru. Outside the combat, the player can explore various districts of Edo to
Chatty, it is Fate Stay Night, so I need to ask the question.
Higashide, Hikaru Sakurai, and Rei Wataru. In the game, the player takes control of Iori and fights alongside his saber servant, revealed to be
What is... Can anyone tell me which one... It's actually a dude. Okay.
Yamato Takeru. Outside the combat, the player can explore various districts of Edo to progress the story or do side quests. A huge part of the story is on Iori's character and his motivating desires to fight in the Waxing Moon Ritual. It addresses the feelings of uneasiness of fighting as a samurai given the current peaceful times. However, because of the dangers of the Waxing Moon Ritual, Iori decides to fight and will do anything to become stronger as a result. It is very highly encouraged.
I think this is the most recent Fate. Where is it in the timeline? Do we get a timeline from this
play
shit?
through the game multiple times to complete all 3 of its endings, including the true ending. An addendum to the final ending of Fate Semi-Remnant can be found in the Fate Grand Order collaboration event. Fate Strange Fake is a 2015 light novel series written by Narita Ryoga.
They have sex with each other. I just wanted you guys to know. This is the canon yaoi couple of Fate. There are many fan ones, but this is the canon one.
with illustrations by Mori Shizuki. While originally created as an April Fool's Day joke in 2008, it would later get an official novel and manga series, detailing a very unusual and unconventional Holy Grail War. Taking place in Snowfield, a fictional city in the United States, the American mages are attempting to replicate the original Fuyuki Holy Grail War ritual, but ends up creating a fundamentally flawed version of it. Because of the compromised nature of the process, many irregularities arise, resulting in a conflict that goes far beyond the ordinary scope of a traditional Holy Grail War. The story combines the chaotic, interconnected storytelling of Narita's writing with the Fate franchise to bring a wide array of interesting interactions
Hallicker, what the heck? Thank you for the 3-month sub. That's very nice. Thank you.
and situations. Fate's Strange Fate also contains elements from many other Fate and Type Moon titles, referencing various
What a fucking vague ass reference. You have to draw a red circle around this.
concepts and character relationships from the broader Nasuverse lore. There are 9 light novel volumes of Fate's Strange Fate currently out at the time of this video, with a fan translation ongoing. Fate's Strange Fate also has an ongoing anime adaptation
Always a fan translation, never localizers translating something peak for once.
produced by A1 Pictures. Fate Requiem is a light novel series written by Mateo Hoshizora and illustrated by Noko. The story presents a modern world in the year 2025 where everyone has their own Holy Grail and servant. This title focuses on Eris Utsumi, the only individual who did not receive a Holy Grail and a servant. She is also given the special task of eliminating servants. However, her life begins to change when she meets a young boy servant revealed to be Voyager, the final servant to be summoned on Earth. The story explores the complex relationship between the two, given that this bond holds deeper significance for our main lead character. Eris
Voyager?
harbors resentment towards others for how servants are commonplace and how they are treated in this world, factors in which she believes diminishes the historical importance of servants. Another key idea in Fate Requiem is the concept of permanent death. In this particular world, people no longer die from old age or illness. As a result, acts of murder carries far greater weight. Currently, there are only 2 volumes of Fate Requiem published, with its last volume being released in 2020, with no news about
Well, that's some fucking shit.
the next volume's release. Both volumes are fan translated into English. More story details about Fate Requiem can be found in the Fate Grand Order collaboration event. Fate Grand Order is a turn-based mobile game RPG developed by Lesengo, formerly Delightworks, and published by Aniplex. Originally released in 2015, it has since expanded worldwide and has become one of the most successful and influential games in the Fate franchise, where its success has led to many anime and manga adaptations. The story has the player assume the role of Ritsuka Fujimaru, one of the chosen masters of Chaldea, an organization that monitors the timeline of human history. When Chaldea suddenly determines that humanity will cease to exist in 2016, the player is given a mission to be sent into the past along with Mash Kiralight, a young co-worker turned Shielder-class servant, to resolve large-scale incidents in history called singularities in order to correct the timeline and prevent humanity's extinction. Each chapter of Fate Grand Order has the player experience a variety of different time periods, all while encountering a diverse cast of servants from a wide array of
Okay, now I'm realizing, I'm remembering the ancient text. I've seen the Fate Grand Order anime thing. I've seen the original Fate Stay Night, and I've seen Fate Apocrypha.
mythologies and legends to help the player on their adventures. These chapters, while episodic, serve as the main story arcs of the game's large ongoing
Oh yeah, the one where Gilgamesh is like got his dick out or whatever.
narrative. Observer on Timeless Temple, Epic of Remnant, Cosmos in the Lost Belt, and Ordeal Call. As a mobile game with a gacha game system, players are encouraged to summon their favorite servants and race them to build their combat team. Players are able to summon servants from prior Fate titles in the franchise, as well as servants unique to the game
Nothing
itself.
as good as
Fate
the
Grand
original.
Order even has collaboration events where players can summon characters from those Fate titles and even other Type Moon properties such as Tsukihime, the Garden of Sinners, and Witch on the Holy Night, while further expanding on those properties' lore and story. Fate Grand Order also has multiple anime adaptations. Fate Grand Order, First Order, a special episode about the prologue of the game's events,
I only follow people under 5 feet. Mods, can you ban that guy?
animated by Lee Deuce, Fate Grand Order, Divine Realm of the Round Table, Camelot, Agatharum, a movie duology about the Sixth Singularity animated by Production IG,
I wanna see
Fate
this.
Grand Order, Absolute Demonic Front Babylonia, a TV anime series about the Seventh Singularity by Cloverworks, and Fate Grand Order, Final Singularity, Grand Temple of Time, Solomon, a movie about the
I
Final
saw the
Singularity
movie, and I didn't know what was happening. Me when I didn't know what the fuck was going on in that movie.
Fate Grand Order has
But lots of
become
cool
a
fight
massive
scenes.
success, accumulating millions of game downloads and billions in global revenue. Its lasting popularity can be attributed to its complex and exceptionally
source
written
of all
stories, a
evil.
diverse and lovable cast of characters, and its large, dedicated fanbase. Carnival Phantasm is a comedy OVA series based on Eri Takanashi's Type Moon gag manga Take Moon. Created by Lurche and released in 2011, Carnival Phantasm was made to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Type Moon and represents a comedic parody spin-off of Fate Stay Night and Tsukihime. Each episode in the series contains multiple short skits featuring Fate Stay Night, Tsukihime,
Why
and
does she kind of look like that one character from Elfen Lied? Am I crazy?
Stay Night and
Her,
Tsukihime.
okay, not her,
Each
not her,
episode
not
in the
her,
series
not her, not
contains
her, not her,
multiple
not her.
short skits.
These, her. She looks like, wait, does she kind of look like, she kind of looks like Lucy when, the other Lucy. She kind of looks like Lucy when she cut her hair.
Featuring Fate Stay Night, Tsukihime, and Melty Blood characters. Here, Carnival Phantasm has several reoccurring jokes, some of which are referenced constantly among the fanbase, such as Lancer constantly dying and Saber's food obsession. Carnival Phantasm also features Neko Arc as the series' unofficial mascot and narrator. Neko Arc is a cat-like parody version of Archwade who often breaks the fourth wall and provides side commentary. Carnival Phantasm is best enjoyed if you have experienced both Fate Stay Night and Tsukihime due to its referential humor. Fate Grand Carnival is a comedy OVA series that debuted during the 2020 New Year's broadcast and serves as both a parody spin-off of Fate Grand Order in a similar manner to
They got so much fucking money to make these bitch-ass spin-offs, but they won't redo Fate Stay Night original.
Carnival Phantasm. Each episode in the series contains multiple short skits featuring Fate Grand Order characters, from its extensive cast of servants to Mash Kirillite and the female version of Ritsuka Fujimaru. Many elements and jokes from Fate Grand Carnival are inspired by Carnival Phantasm, but for Fate Grand Order, such as Lancer constantly dying, Neko Arc reappearing as mysterious Neko X, and the opening sequence of the anime series. Fate Grand Carnival is best enjoyed if you are an active player of Fate Grand Order due to its familiar characters, referential in-game jokes, and typical player.
Listen, I'm not okay with my wife. I'm not okay with my wife doing this with another guy, okay? Don't ever draw that again.
Fate Grand Order due to its familiar characters, referential in-game jokes, and typical player quirks/habits. If you are interested in another explained video like this, check out this next video over here.
I love Fate. It's a great series, and you know it's great because no matter how many times somebody tries to explain it to you, you just walk away more fucking confused than the first time you saw it. Like I've learned everything and I've learned nothing at the same fucking time. It's impressive. Wow, okay, I excuse this intro, it's actually kind of nice, although it does give Reddit mod.
One of the questions I'm frequently asked, as an indie game developer who also reviews AAA games, is what I would create if I was given a AAA budget and development team. Well, the first thing I'd create is a new high-interest savings account, into which I would put all of the AAA budget, then I would fire the development team, and go back to making solo.
Damn, he's not even gonna invest that shit. He says, I'm done with the stock market. Give me an HYSA and I'm done.
Indie games. There was a time when the thought of making AAA games held a certain appeal, but I've come to realise that indie game dev is where I want to be, because I find it creatively fulfilling in a way I doubt I would find working as part of a 100-person dev team, even if I was in creative control. What I love about game dev is the process of having an idea and bringing it to life in front of me like a mad god. And that's easy to do in an indie game. Plonk together a sprite, stick it in Game Maker, add some code, run the build, voila, an indistinct blobby thing that goes up and down when you press buttons. I found myself wondering the other day precisely how that works in the AAA realm of today, just the fundamental process of coming up with an idea and seeing it realised. Now, I've only ever worked on the fringes of AAA, some contract work here and there, I've punched up some dialogue for Watch Dogs Legion, but apparently my contribution—
Dude, did you see that Toby Fox is working on fucking a new Pixar movie? What the hell? Dude, what the fuck?
Wasn't enough to justify putting my name in the credits, and believe me, I bloody well checked. So needing the perspective of a AAA professional to satisfy my curiosity, I hit up Tina from DevHeads, who has been all the way up in the AAA weeds in her
Toy
time,
Story
and
5.
I asked her the following question. If a high-level designer on a AAA project decided on a whim that a certain NPC in one part of the game needed to be, say, eating a bag of chips, what would be the process of making that happen, and how many people would be involved? And Tina's reply was very detailed, very helpful, and quite enlightening. The first thing that would need to happen, as is so often the case in the corporate world, is a meeting. The designer's producer will schedule a meeting in which the designer can explain what they want done and when
Wait, he's actually explaining this. I better lock in.
Want it done by. That meeting will include other department producers and possibly some art, tech, and animation guys. The way Tina explained it, this meeting will go down one of two ways, depending on how high level a designer we're talking about. If it's more a design by committee situation, then everyone will try to talk them into scaling the idea down as much as possible. We probably don't need full deformation physics on the bag of chips or animate the chips going into the mouth. Could we just have them hold the chips in front of them and play a crunching sound? Does it have to be chips, come to that? Could they be sipping from a can of drink? That'd be easy. Or maybe they could just be staring into space, dreaming of eating a bag of chips. That'd be even easier. Yes, I think we can all agree that's the best way forward. And so creative vision is once again murdered by a very earnest and civilized death of 1,000 cuts. Alternatively, if the designer has some weight to throw around, leadership may just go, all the bells and whistles fully animated exactly as described, surely it can't be that hard, get on it, chop chop. And all the art and tech guys nod and smile and go off feeling slightly nauseous. Let's assume it's the latter scenario. Assuming the game doesn't yet contain a bag of chips asset, the first job that needs doing is a piece of 2D concept art. Yet another producer will commission either—
Wait, this is a real— Wait, he's using fancy animations to explain it, but he's actually answering the question. I thought this was gonna be I think my brain is trying to process that this is a completely different video than it thought it was going to be, and it's struggling to process it with the animations in the background. Okay. All right, 1 second. That's the sound of me slapping my cheeks. Okay, open your brain, open. Oh my god.
In-house or outsourced artist, and they'll draw up a nice picture of a bag of chips, complete with logo and package information. That will need a rubber stamp from whoever's in charge of keeping the game's visual style consistent, and then another rubber stamp from the legal department when they've ascertained it doesn't too closely resemble an existing brand. That's best case scenario. Alternatively, somebody might say, hey, why don't we try to sell this as product placement to an actual brand? In which case, this is going to add another boatload of people to the email chain, including the brand stakeholders' own legal and marketing teams, who will want to make sure the bag is being depicted in accordance with their style guide, and that the NPC eating the chips isn't a serial killer or something. And then, what if we wanted to sell the game in regions where this particular brand of chips isn't available? Now we need the global localization of legal teams on board to get a different brand deal for every part of the world. So once that's sorted out, we can finally get the art team to make a 3D bag of chips prop, with some backing and forthing over how close the player is going to get to this thing, and therefore how high quality the texture needs to be. Then the 3D asset gets okayed by someone at tech before getting shunted along the conveyor belts to the...
Look it up, the Toby Fox thing was an inside joke for his fan base. I'm fucking banning myself from the internet. I'm sick of this shit. Why is nothing real? I really thought they had Toby Fox music in Toy Story. I'm mad. Nick Larian, welcome.
Animation team. Now, hopefully the bag itself doesn't need to animate much, but the NPC eating the chips certainly does.
That's me.
And for that, we're going to have
I'm
to
the
mocap.
NPC eating
but assuming
chips.
the studio already has a mocap studio set up, this might be relatively easy. Certainly more so than animating by hand.
Have you ever just gotten bored in a video game and watched an NPC just redoing something over and over again, and you watch it for hours and you're like, damn, they're still not tired?
All you'd have to do is schedule a time to use the mocap
chips.
stage and make sure all the relevant engineers and cleanup artists are on hand, not to mention the actor. Might as well get some audio guys to record the sound of the actor eating the chips as well, for authenticity's sake. But after all that, it'd be pretty easy to just grab a bag of chips from the cafeteria, glue on some sensors, and away you go. Luckily, I didn't arbitrarily pick an action like playing a violin. Oh, hang on a sec. Maybe we've just realized this NPC hasn't thus far been required to talk or open their mouth. That means before the animation can be applied, they need to go to a character artist to model them up a mouth that can be opened, as well as their tongue, teeth, throat, etc. Then a tech artist needs to wriggle that up with bow.
Look, if you just skip the photorealism, this gets a lot easier.
And a texture artist's going to spend some time staring at disquieting close-ups of the inside of somebody's mouth. And we also need a potato chip asset for the character to transfer from the bag to their mouth, so add that to somebody's schedule. And maybe some crumb particles that fly out as they eat, so we're bringing in the FX department as well. So now we've got a big box of assets, the model, the textures, the animations, the FX, the metadata, and the audio, and all of that goes to a designer, so they can finally rig it all up in the build with some appropriate scripting. But we're not done yet. The engineers on the performance team are going to have to take a look and assess how much impact this new addition is making on the memory budget. Once they're satisfied, it then goes to the QA team, who will do everything they can.
They will be satisfied over the dumbest shit. They will test it with the highest level technology, and then it'll just like barely be functional, and they'll be like, oh, okay, push it out then.
Got to fuck with the eating chips animation and report any bugs or glitches that might occur if, say, the player should happen to be standing on top of the NPC while they're trying to eat, poking them in the ear with a conductor's baton. And that'll about do it. Ready to ship. I asked Tina if she could put a rough number on how many individuals would have to contribute to this process in total, and she said easily 15 on the low end.
Easily
assuming
15.
we're not going with the licensed brand name
That's not
scenario.
that bad,
She also
right?
mentioned that if the NPC eating chips happens to be based on a celebrity, God knows why that would be the case, but
Why
hey,
would
maybe
that
it's
be
a
the
Hideo
case?
Kojima
Norman
game,
Reedus!
then that number would easily double. As I said, this was all very enlightening, and yet not entirely unexpected. The average dev time for a AAA game has grown to about 3 years,
Jesus
and now we can
Christ.
see why. It all seems so horribly bloated and inefficient, not to mention questionably necessary, considering it's in aid of a detail that a lot of players aren't even going to look at twice, because they're going to move straight onto looking for the highlighted objects in the room they can actually interact with. I know it's a hypothetical.
I wonder how cool it is, though, to be like in those rooms where they're working on new releases of big games. Like, for example, surely there's a team working on the newest Zelda, and we know nothing about it because they never leak it. Imagine being in one of those super secret, super special rooms where you talk about the new Zelda and you work on it.
That I made up, but you know some process like this had to happen to make the horses go plop-plops in Red Dead Redemption
Plop, plop.
2. I hasten to add that this isn't necessarily universal. In fact, Tina made sure to tell me that it's not unheard of for designers to go rogue, scrap something together
Imagine
on the
the
down
team
low,
working
like...
on GTA 6. I think several people on that team have probably died during the production. Like, that is a very real possibility.
themselves and put it in the build without going through the proper channels.
Hydration.
This will probably stick out like a sore thumb, create a lot of work for everyone else, and get flagged by QA as a bug. And doesn't that say it all? Individual creative expression isn't a feature, it's a bug. So that's why, speaking as someone who loves making video games and wants to explore them as an art form, I no longer have any interest in working in a AAA environment. Frankly, it all sounds like some kind of ironic hell for people who actually want to express creativity, not being able to break wind without scheduling a production meeting to agree upon the best way forward for projecting flatus from our rectum. Really goes to show that you can't fix inefficiencies by throwing more money at them. Bitch, it's the extra money and resources that create the inefficiencies. When you remove all limitations, you remove all incentive to innovate, find clever solutions.
You're telling me that the companies are using their extra money not to make better games, but to buy a 75th yacht?
Streamline. Many hands do not make light work. It's not a fucking pie eating contest.
That's fucking crazy. What a great video. I was shocked that it was an actually real video. What the? I feel like that's a weird thing to be shocked by. AI Bundy's best insults? Okay, 14 years ago. Whoa! I thought this was a new AI Bundy. What do you mean? This is 14-year-old AI?
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
Al Bundy? Oh. I thought they were talking about Ted Bundy AI, and I was like, whoa, this is such a crazy, original idea.
Lamau! Go together like a horse and carriage.
Excuse me, but am I invisible?
Possibly from Pluto. Please.
Yeah, remember when they used to talk about Pluto like it was a planet? No. Pluto's been kicked out of the club. We got a Mean Girls club of planets, and only the fat bitches are allowed. Pluto's too skinny, so we kicked her out.
What for? The car costs more than the car.
Yes, and it costs more than the condom I should have used the night you were conceived.
I want a balloon.
You've already got one.
The joke is my wife is a big fat bitch. Or the woman, I don't know who.
Why don't you just stay home and bowl me over?
Because, Peg, I prefer a place where my balls are returned promptly.
What did he mean by that?
See, congratulations. I didn't know you were expecting.
All that jumping must have expanded my foot.
And I see you must have fallen on your butt a time or two.
That's crazy. How many fat bitch jokes we got in here? Did he invent Yo Mama?
How dare you say that to my face?
Well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car's only got half a tank of gas.
Oh, so that's where Shoehorn stole his fucking joke yesterday. Okay.
Honey. Now rub my feet.
Peg, I wouldn't rub your feet if a genie popped out of them.
It's crazy. He's not a real foot guy. He's not a real foot guy. He's a poser. He's a faker.
You'll never guess what Jefferson did!
Faker mentioned?
Misunderstood your cries of pluck me to the butcher?
As a little girl, I wanted to be a ballerina.
Ballerina? You sure are mine.
I like how the fake audience starts laughing before he's even made a joke.
I grew up on this show.
Ain't no fucking way. You're the one who submitted this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Ballerina? You sure are my nutcracker.
I have just about had enough of you.
Well, you wouldn't say that if I came with fries and a medium drink.
I
refuse. You know medium, the size between small and you.
Why must you always...
Note to self, never become a fat bitch or Shoehorn will have too much ammo.
Be so negative.
Why did you cross the road? I'm a natural-born salesman.
Excuse me.
Hey, do I come to the hag shop bother you when you're working?
Good. Now
the hag shop!
You can put that metal plate...
Wait, that's what my stream is. I'm the fucking hag shop.
Back in your head. Although, that's a lot like putting a lid on an empty jar.
Or a bra on you.
Question 2. Who would you...
My favorite is this girl. She looks
or
like...
a bra on you.
She looks like a butch lesbian, so... Yeah.
Question 2. Who would you rather spend the night with? A, your wife, or B?
B.
Got him. Got him. Got him.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna fall through the floor.
This year,
How many? Wait, were this many? Did this many fat women even exist back then? Dude, imagine you're like trying to get big in Hollywood and you want to be an actress, and so you go to the acting fucking place and then they're like, oh, we know just the role for you. You're fat as fuck. Okay, how about we do an episode in this show where we make fun of you for being so fucking fat, ugly, and undesirable?
2, 3, 4. You're gonna fall through the floor.
this year, I am finally going to win the neighborhood decorating contest.
What, you gonna stand out front and be the little drummer boy?
Think you're going? Aren't you open?
Sorry, ma'am, but unlike your mouth, we occasionally close.
See, they're all fat! It's all fat with the jokes!
Here. Now, why don't you just buck out of here?
Shade of blue.
I'll tell you what I'll do then. We'll stand you in front of a mirror. I'll begin strangling you.
It is Ted Bundy.
Reach the shade of blue that is satisfactory to you.
He's literally Ted Bundy.
You yell moo and I'll stop.
He's actually Ted Bundy. Real.
That's it. I'm taking my business elsewhere.
May I suggest Jenny Craig?
Hi, honey. Did you miss me?
With every bullet so far.
It truly is a product of its time. Oh my god. The way that every fucking TV show really was women fat, and also my wife is, I hate her.
Wow, nice wheels. But you have to realize, stealing cars is a felony.
So it's pretend to be that kid on Home Improvement.
With this attitude, you're gonna be working here for the rest of your life.
Well, take a gander into the seat next to you if you want to see what your future looks like.
Wait, what's the seat? Chocolate. It's not just for breakfast anymore. He hated fat women so fucking much. Oh my god, I've never seen... He had a huge fixation on fat bitches that he could not stop. They live rent-free in this guy's brain. Baraxna, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate it.
Come, Penelope.
Penelope?
Let's go someplace where they treat us with respect.
I agree.
Try the moon, you'll weigh less now.
You know, Marcy, how can you be so unfeeling? Didn't you ever get up in the morning and suddenly realize that something very, very important was gone? Well, sure you do. You must every morning when you open up your pajama top.
Well, let me...
Chatty. I think the writer... I think every single type of woman this guy's making fun of is actually, like, his fetish. So... his ideal woman is probably a woman who's fat but also flat somehow, which is very, very hard. It's extremely hard to do. But it's what he so desperately wants.
Explain. See, it's just like an elevator. There's a 2-ton weight limit on this shit.
Exactly, so we can hire them all to be on set and ogle them.
What say I nail the soles directly to your feet? It'll give you more traction when you're pulling the ice wagon.
You will be hearing from my attorney.
Is that the law offices of Hagen and Dot?
Hagen and Dot.
You know, Jefferson, good for you. You decided to take the
brand.
Miller boy camping.
Hey, Bundy! I had steak tonight. What are you having?
If I was the mailman, I'd be having your wife.
Ah, he finally got his ass!
I smell foul!
You certainly do.
You're in my son.
He's obsessed with them. Dude, tell me it's not a fetish. He literally got a fat bitch here. She doesn't have huge tits. And also she's in a bikini on the fucking beach. And tell me that the writer and that the director does not have a fat woman fetish. Tell me he doesnn't.
I'm trying to get an all-over tan.
You're asking a lot of the sun.
Excuse me. Do you have any pumps in my size?
Yes, I do, but the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Shoes would not allow me to sell them to you.
Well, I hope you get...
Well, look at her outfit, though. Like, her coat is kind of tea. That's what I focused on.
coal in your stocking on Christmas morning.
And I hope you get slipped.
The writers actually were fat and made jokes at their own expense. Somebody show me a picture of the writer's room.
Fast in yours. Now we're about to have our Christmas party here, so would you mind eggnogging on out?
The fat jokes were written by the fat ladies working on set. So you're telling me they were stealing jokes from the men who were insulting them their whole lives? God damn, women really aren't funny. That shit, if you're gonna just poke out the eyes of all men on Earth.
Get president to make every day
I agree, though.
Halloween.
If men can't see that I'm chopped, then they won't know that I'm chopped.
Ah, Peg, would it really make you feel better if I told you I needed you?
Yes, it would.
Holy. What is this TV show? What is this TV show, Chatty? What did this come from? It's a lot. It's certainly a lot, Chatty. It's a lot to
How many
deal
people are
with.
carrying the wrong knife because of videos like this?
I'm about to learn about knives, by the way. Not for any real reason other than just pure curiosity, of course.
This show helped make me the man I am today.
This show helped me make me the man that I am today. Shoehorn, that explains so fucking much about you. Quite literally. I think I know exactly who you are now.
Wrong knife because of videos like this.
The only knife.
These are slop. AI gen slop.
The only knife you'll ever need doesn't exist. I've carried a lot of knives over the last 20 years.
Now this is a knife salesman. He's like, there's actually multiple knives you need, and I run a company.
This is the Buck 110, this is the Spyderco Matriarch, and this is the Gerber EAB Lite. These knives
Gerber,
couldn't
like the
be
baby?
more different, and that's because life is constantly changing, and so too must the tools we carry. This Buck is the first knife I ever bought. Well, not this one. That one is at the bottom of Table Rock Lake, and I replaced that one with this one back in 2011. I've been through a lot with this knife. It's my favorite knife for hunting, fishing, and camping. It's a beautiful classic design and it's incredibly
so
versatile.
sleek.
Many years ago, somebody even tried to stick me with a 110 just like this one, and I still love it. To me, it's the quintessential
I feel like that would traumatize me. I think I would just never use the knife again.
outdoorsman's folding knife. But just because it's my favorite doesn't mean it's what I always carry. And that's really what this video is all about. Choosing the right tool for the job. For 65
So is this for
bucks, you're
stabbing
getting
someone
a
in the
knife
tummy?
that's made in the USA, has a lifetime warranty. The blade is heat-treated 420 HC stainless steel. The handle is ebony and brass.
No, genuinely, what is the purpose of this knife? Is this basically stabbing people?
It comes in at a hefty 7.4 ounces.
Not just
the blade
cut stuff?
is 3 3/4 long, and tip to tip, it's just over 8.5 beautiful inches.
Like I can open an Amazon box with it?
If you're curious about how to date a Buck knife, this little symbol right here corresponds with the year made. Buck put together a chart that you can use to date yours, and I'll put a link to it in the description. Let me know how old yours is. The brass will tarnish over time, as brass does. You can see I haven't spruced this one up in a while, but it polishes easily with a little auto sole. I don't mind the patina, but I don't mind the polish either. The lock feels rock solid. I've actually seen people say that it's impossible to close once they've opened it.
I've just decided. I've made up my mind. I think having a weird interest in knives is also a cute male trait.
Does require deliberate pressure to release, and one should close the blade carefully. The Buck is incredibly sharp right out of the box. But if you find this task to be impossible, I suggest you skip buying a knife for now and go buy an Xbox and exercise those thumbs. This video isn't sponsored. I bought all these knives with my own money, and I'd buy them again. In fact, the only one I haven't bought twice is this Spyderco. Where the Buck is a generalist, the Spyderco Matriarch is a self-defense specialist. It's as menacing as the Buck is beautiful.
How do you know if a self-defense knife is good if you've never had to use it before? Question mark.
It would make a velociraptor a little jealous. This is a wicked knife designed to do one job and to do it exceptionally well. It's a slightly smaller version of the Spyderco Civilian. The curved, serrated blade is made
Oh my god, it's curved at the tip. Oh.
to decisively control an assailant, provided you know what you're doing. While it's much more affordable than the aforementioned Civilian, you're still going to spend over $100 for a knife that, if you're lucky, you'll never use. It's made in Japan and also has
Made in Japan? It has to be good then.
Heat-treated VG10 stainless steel. The handle is fiberglass reinforced nylon, or FRN. It's half the weight of the Buck, a trim 3.5 ounces. The blade is about 3.5 inches long, and tip to tip, it's just under 8.5.
Tip to tip.
The clip is ambidextrous and will actually
8.5?
mount in
That's
4
huge.
different
That's too
positions.
much.
You can see the paint on mine has almost completely worn away from the years I carried it. The blade's purposeful design is what sold me on it initially. I needed a knife for self-defense that I could easily and reliably open one-handed. This does it without any mechanical assists that could fail. You can use the thumb hole, or you can use the Emerson opener, which will open it automatically when you pull it out of your pocket.
Where do you live to have a self-defense knife? Okay, you sound like you have a generic American accent, and in which case I have some crazy news to you. There's this thing, and it's a little known fact, but it's called the Second Amendment. And I have an idea, okay? I'm just gonna run it by you. I know something that's probably a little bit better than a knife.
It does take practice, but once you get it, you've got it, and it's lightning fast. The Matriarch is the best value, purpose-built self-defense blade that I've ever found. I used to carry it every day for work as a reliable backup that gave me peace of mind, but life moves on, and I'm grateful I don't need to carry it anymore. Now it's just a dusty memory in a dark
Does
desk
he not go
drawer.
outside
That's
anymore?
my point. As life changes, so must our tools. These days, I'm more concerned with cutting cardboard than reliable backup.
Well, I'm in retirement, and I don't like the sun, so I just don't go outside. Don't need to worry about getting mugged if you don't go outside.
Which brings us to something practical and affordable. Now, we will talk about the ridiculous complaints that people have about the Buck and the Spyderco here in just a minute.
Oh my
But
God,
first,
this is
let's
for
look at
opening
an
boxes,
underrated
chatty.
utilitarian workhorse, the Gerber EAB. What it
The
lacks
Gerber.
in beauty, menace, and size, it more than makes up for in utility. And it appears to reproduce. It's made in China, has a limited lifetime warranty, uses replaceable blades,
Made in
and has a
China?
very rugged stainless steel
I
construction.
don't know about
It's
that.
incredibly
That
light,
thing's
just
listening
2.2
to me.
ounces, and right at
Every time I open an Amazon box with it, it makes a clicking noise, and it's like, alerted the government. What do you mean?
5 inches tip to tip, just under 3 inches closed. It is a little cold in the workshop today, so 3 inches isn't anything to be ashamed of. Best of all, it's only 12
Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Why would he say that?
bucks. I'll put links in the description to all 3 knives in case you think any of them will scratch an itch for you. While I don't consider myself an enthusiast, I do appreciate knives as tools. Most of the complaints I've seen about Gerbers have been related to the quality of their blades, and obviously that is not
Man, this really puts 3 inches into perspective. It's huge.
an issue with the EAB. What does EAB even stand for? The package says Exchangeable Utility Blade.
What the hell?
EUB? Probably should have looked that up first. Oh well. I was drawn to this knife because it's simple, it's small, it's lightweight, and it's rugged. It does what I need it to do. It doesn't have any fancy features like a quick release button or a spot to store a spare blade, but a lack of features doesn't tell the whole story on its thoughtful design.
You can't
blade
judge
is secured
a
by
3-inch
screw,
blade
not a spring.
by its
The screw is
3-inchness.
foolproof. It's not going to fail. Not only that, but the screw was designed to be a little proud of the handle, so that if you find yourself without a screwdriver, you can use a coin or a washer to change the blade. Very good design. The clip is removable if you want to carry it in your pocket and not on your pocket, and the liner lock is both solid and reliable.
This is actually
I carry
good
this
design.
and I use this
This is
every single
ergonomic
day,
or whatever
which
they
is
call
why
it.
I have 3 of them sitting here. It's so small that it's quite adept at playing hide and seek.
I need him to stop talking about this thing's fucking size. I need you to shut the fuck up about how small it is, okay?
Last time I found it in the abyss between my driver's seat and the center console of my truck, so I ordered a couple spares. I think that the light has the better grip, but maybe I'm just used to it. Neither are particularly comfortable to hold, not at all like the Buck. One of my favorite reviews for this one was from a guy who said he had to return it because the blade it came with was dull.
What an
I can
idiot,
see
what
that
a
I would
baka.
be annoyed if I bought a brand new knife with a dull blade, but the whole point of this knife is that the blade is replaceable. When it gets dull, you put in a sharp.
This is why you should always check the 1-star reviews, and you have to read what they're saying because sometimes they'll just complain about the delivery, which has nothing to do with the product itself, and then they'll say stupid shit like, oh, God, I didn't read the instructions and then I fucking broke it. I'm so mad. Have you heard of the Cold Steel weapon videos on YouTube? I recommend Cold Steel Warhammer video. I recommend getting a hobby other than Warhammer!
One. And when that one gets dull, you put in another sharp one. Quite a few people complained that the clip was too tight and others that it was too loose. I must be lucky because they all worked just fine for me. The most common complaint was that it took 2 hands to open. I don't know, guys. I always read the reviews and I always find things like this. It doesn't matter what it is, a knife they can't figure out how to open or to close, a screwdriver that didn't come with instructions. I don't know. Online reviews are becoming less and less useful if they were ever useful to begin with. So just for fun,
screwdriver with no instructions. Well, how are you supposed to use that?
Most of the complaints about the Buck were about the fit and finish and about shipping issues. If you've never bought anything that didn't require a password and a click, I'm going to blow your mind. There are these places that you can drive to where you get out of your truck, you go inside, and you get to actually look at these.
I love how he just assumes everybody has a truck. He's like, everyone's a good American. They got a truck, and you just drive to the store, pick up the knife, and see how it feels in your hands, and you can hold other men's knives, and they'll let you see how it feels in your hand, and well, then you bring them home in your American truck.
Exact thing you're going to buy before you buy it. And if you do buy it, the shipping is so fast that it's going to arrive back at home at the same time you do.
So
the other
true.
Major complaint I see a lot about the Buck is that
the shipping's
it's
incredibly fast.
They say the steel is outdated and the design is outdated and the aesthetics are outdated. It's true that 420HC isn't as hard as some of the more cutting-edge carbon steels, but that also means it's easier to sharpen. They're entitled to their opinion, but in my opinion, it's not outdated. It's a classic that has withstood the test of time.
Beautiful.
As for the Spyderco, almost all the complaints I found were about it not being practical and being tedious to sharpen. We'll talk about sharpening it here in just a second, but if you're carrying this knife to open Amazon boxes, you're one of the people carrying the wrong knife. There are plenty of fine box cutters on the market that are built for that job. There are plenty of generalist knives that will also do that job. Am I wrong? Is it crazy to expect somebody to buy the right tool for the job? Or at least not to complain if they chose to buy the wrong tool for the job? All right, let's talk about sharpening. But don't forget to hit that subscribe button or become a member. It helps more than you realize, and it will probably bring you so much good luck that you'll never lose a knife in Table Rock
Sharpening?
Blade. It is moderately more difficult to sharpen a curved and serrated blade like this. That's true.
It is moderately more difficult to lube a curved blade.
You ever actually have to use this knife for its intended purpose to the point that it needs to be sharpened?
Teddy, press 1 if your knife has a curve. Press 2 if it doesn't have a curve.
And if you're still around to sharpen it, consider yourself lucky. Set yours aside in a dark desk drawer because sometimes it's better to leave.
I'm starting to think that a curve is the natural state. Oh my god, this is like body positivity for men. It's okay to be curved. Look at all those other guys with curves, Chatty. You're not weird. You're not imperfect. You're beautiful just the way you are. I love you, Chatty. I love you so much. Let me do a hydration, by the way. Well, it is extremely fucking late. This is probably, might be the latest I've ever had, like one of my own streams, maybe? It's, you know, shrug shoulders. It's what happens. How's your voice feeling? I'll be fine for Patreon stream tomorrow. Everything's gonna be okay. The problem is I started streaming exactly right after I woke up, so it sounded extra scuffed. But it's okay. I love Chatty. I'm happy I got the stream today. I'm sorry it was so late, and I'm sorry if you missed me because of that and you're watching the VOD and you're like, damn, I missed Lucy. Too bad she streamed super late. Hopefully it will not happen again, except once in every 4 years, okay? As long as I keep my ratio low, will you still forgive me? Will you still forgive me? Hot ratio, get ratioed. Fucking ratioing Chatty right now. Anyway, I love you very much. Thank you for today. I'm sorry for the delay. But I'm glad we got to spend today together anyway. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And if I see you tomorrow at Patreon, we're gonna watch Twilight! Oh, I'm gonna never shut the fuck up ever again in my whole life. I love Twilight. I don't love it, but I hate love it. Anyway, I will see you again tomorrow, Chatty love. Mwah! Bye-bye, Chatty. And if I don't see you again until next week, mwah! Chatty love anyway. Bye, Chatty. Bye-bye.